Hi. Hi, guys. Welcome. Hi, Marcel. Hi, KJ. Hi, Uncle Donny. I'm good, Marcel. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for joining, and please hit the like button. Mm. Hi, Empress. How are you? Thank you for joining, and hit the like button, please. Thank you for joining, guys. This is gonna be kind of like an interesting life because I'm gonna let you guys call in because I'm not gonna be talking a lot, honestly, because I got motivated to do this live because of some comments that I saw on a YouTuber's comment section. So, and it's basically a question from some Gambians, and I'm just gonna want my American brothers and sisters to join in and call me, and let's have an understanding. You know what I mean? Because I know there is more to you guys going than what has been portrayed outside. So I would like for you guys to join. Hi, Bijou. Hi, sis. How are you? Thank you for joining. Hi, Lean. Thank you for joining. I haven't seen you. She's my sister too. She's American, if you're wondering. Yes, Empress. Thank you. Let me try to share the link. Mm. We have 14 people watching right now. Please hit the like button. Okay. I am in Inimbara. Abdurrahman, how are you doing? I miss you. How's the family? Anyways, okay, let me just get started here. So I was watching a video, a YouTube video, and though this is a question I got a couple of times too, and I have watched a lot of videos where I see the same question, and I thought it would be nice for us to kind of, talk and understand it and hear from our American brothers and sisters. It's not just Americans. I think this includes Caribbeans, but for some reason, when we talk about repatriation or when we talk about Gambia, everybody seems to just say African Americans. So, and I see comments where African Americans like, why is it only African Americans? We're not the only one going back home. And yeah, I think, I don't know, but everybody seems to think it's only African Americans that are going back because usually when we talk about certain issues, we don't involve British Caribbeans. But yeah, and the question is, the question that I'm asking, and a lot of Gambians are asking, and also a lot of other Africans are asking, especially the ones that are the East Africans. They always say, why Gambia? Gambia is a small country. Why are you guys just going to Gambia with all this drama? Why does it have to be Gambia? Okay. And so many people are saying, come to East Africa. We're going to accept you. Like, we love you guys. And we love you guys too. Gambians love you guys. So, but basically, why it's only Gambia and Ghana being hyped about uh, with our brothers and sisters, okay? And the question here is, this guy asked, I'm not gonna mention names, but it's from Ajis Connor's video. If you don't know Ajis Connor, she's a Gambian YouTuber, and she did a video today, and that's where I saw the question again and saw a few arguments in the comment section, okay? And the question says, why Afro Americans very interested about Gambia, basically interested in Gambia. So, okay, I'm gonna read Aji's response first to this person, and she said, "Lol, ask some of them coming. They should be the ones to answer this question." And I think so too. I would like to hear from you guys. But I guess it's just because they want to come home to where they belong, Africa, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that if they are coming in peace. So I like that response, and I agree with it 100%. So somebody else said, very good question. Why? And this is why I got interested in this, because I'm like, this is a question that a lot of people, not only Gambians, but a lot of Africans keep asking, because I see a lot of comments from East Africa. Okay. Somebody said, I think this is an African American, our ancestors pulling on our spirit to a lot of us have taken blood tests and have high percentages. Oh, sorry. I lost it again. Oh my God. Okay. High percentage. Okay, this person say have high percentages as being Gambians. Not to mention during the slave trade, a lot of our ancestors came from Gambia. That's why you see us coming to Ghana as well. That's why you see the castle in Gambia and Ghana. But I love Gambia and Gambians. So that's where we are moving to. Gambians are not like most Africans. Gambians share our features and are beautiful people. Not saying non-Gambians are less beautiful. It's just we have similar features. So that's what that person says, okay? Marcel said the most peaceful country in Africa is the Gambia, in any way you may think about it. I guess, and I agree with you. And he said again, we Gambians are so respectful no matter what conditions you are living, and we are open-minded people, lovely people, and peaceful country. Hit the like button. Okay, going back to reading the comments, another person say, we are tired of being shot in the streets in our country. Do you pay attention to the world news? Lots of us are looking to find peaceful place for our families far away from systematic racism. That's true. Another person says, I have looked at Gambia for a few reasons. They speak English, allowing for easy business relationship. It's tropical, has ecotourism, great proximity to Senegal for shipping and business. I've been to Guinea that I love, but it's rough and hard to motivate my children and friends to come build with me when there are so many obstacles. Gambia is a great Gambia is a great middle ground. I've been in Africa dance for 30 years and exposed to our community of acts from many African countries. So we love Africa. This new wave of people just tired of oppressions in the West are finding Gambia, Ghana. Tanzania, Uganda from YouTubers. So he's talking about the new wave of people that are just going now. Basically, he's been going for a long time, and he thinks there's a lot of African Americans that have been going for a long time, but there's a new wave of people that are going, and so many people are finding out on YouTube. Okay. Someone says because it's cheap and that's what they can afford. Anyways, it's a lot of comments. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I don't know. So I want to read one more comment that I think is very interesting. Someone says, soon it will be you, kings and queens. That's your plans for a new Wakanda. The Gambians are just on your way. I think this is a very interesting comment, and I would need for people to come forward and clarify. I don't know why the person said that, but it is what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and share. I'm going to go ahead and share the link to call in right now. I think I agree with Aji 100% because the truth is that you can't just say, oh, they're coming to build a new Wakanda. I don't know. There might be people that have, as we see now on the YouTube, it's been a lot of crazy things, but I think there is a lot more better people out there. I think there is a lot more better people out there that don't have that in mind, that want to come and build with us. The problem is that when people just want to focus on, I'm here to build, I'm here to build, I'm here to build, or I'm here to save you. This is what makes some Gambians and Africans, pissed and think otherwise of your coming. And the thing is that somebody said Gambians that are replying to these comments, or Gambians that are watching these Pan-African channels, are not even in Gambia. Most of them are in the diaspora. And that's very much true. A lot of Gambians that are in Gambia are not even watching these channels. They don't even know who some of these people are. It's like us Gambians in the diaspora that are watching and that are commenting, that are, sending back information to our people in Gambia. And if you guys don't know, Gambia is a very small country and information travels so quickly. So it really doesn't matter who is watching. It could be anybody. I just put the link in the comment section if you guys want to call in. Okay. It doesn't matter who is watching. What matters is how Gambians take it, regardless of if they are in the Gambia or they are in the diaspora. So, yeah. Well, even though I'm crazy, I always talk sense, Sammy. I'm not sense tutti. You are not serious. For the Gambia, our homeland, we strive and work and pray. The smiling coast is our beloved Gambia, and we love it. Yes, Fatima said that. I agree with you. Hi, the Empire. I was gonna contact you, but I will. I've been so busy, that's why. So, like I said, this is a question being asked by Gambians, by East Africans, by other West African countries as to why Gambia is the center of attention from our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, especially African Americans. Okay, someone said enslaved Africans were taken from Southwest, not Central Africa, Angola, DRC, Gabon, Congo, Cameroon, and many other areas, not particularly just Gambia and Ghana, as some African Americans may think. I don't think I don't think they feel like all of them come from these countries, but I think it's a matter of where they find comfort in. And also, secondly, because some of them want to travel because they see their fellow Americans in the YouTube streets. And I think that's if you're going because you know a YouTuber that's in Africa or that's in Gambia, you might have it all wrong, because what they may like could be what you don't like. And that's why sometimes when people go, you know, they see different things and they're like, oh, I don't like this, they lied to us. No, they didn't lie to you. This is what that person likes, and this person is comfortable living the life in Gambia, and you probably might not be that comfortable doing so. So we have to be very mindful of that. Okay. And then someone said that savior complex is a white man's tool idea. What are you saving Gambians from? They've been living and surviving for generations. What are you saving them from? We must leave behind this mindset. Absolutely. I think so too. We must leave behind that mindset, because you cannot tell anybody that, hey, I'm here to save you, and you expect them to take it okay. Like a normal person, you know, it's not possible. Put in the correct link, sis. Oh, really? I don't have the correct link. Um, oh, wow. I thought I do. Mm, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube on this device. So if I go upside down, please bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I have to put this link down so you guys can. Okay, I did put the link again, so hopefully that will work. So like I said, you guys can call in. Hi, Mommy. Mimi, how are you? Someone said, we Gambians love each other. That's Marcel again. No matter what conditions we're going through, and that's the beauty of Gambians. I agree. I put another one, Abdurrahman. I did put another link again. Try that. Okay, I see someone just came in. Hi, Gina.
Hey sis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's Friday. It's always good on Fridays.
I know I saw Mamita dancing on Facebook. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So someone said Gambians are one of Africa's most hospitable people. In my opinion, my Gambian friends are welcoming, and I think this is an African American. So basically,
Right.
everybody have different opinions, okay?
Right.
But I think we need to clear the air. Let's have a conversation. Let's be on the same page and have some understanding,
Right.
because it seems like because of all the things that are going on, a lot of people have too much resentment in them. You know,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
first I'm not gonna lie. At first, I used to be like, oh, these African Americans, they don't do this, they don't do that. But the more I started getting engaged with them, you know, my mindset changed, and I appreciate that. And I think this could be anywhere, even in Gambia. There are people, we have bad apples too. Definitely, we have bad apples. But this reason why African Americans are choosing only Gambia and Ghana is something that we need to talk about. I would
Right.
even like to hear from you guys. Definitely. I would like to hear from you guys. Why Gambia? Since people say it's not only Gambia, why does it have to be Gambia? Why are they going to Gambia and causing drama? And, why are all of them hyping that small country when we have countries that have 70 million people? Why does it have to be a 2 million people country? So hear from Gina first. And thank you, African Millennial. Thank you for joining the live.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so the first question you mentioned, posed by a Gambian, was the why Gambia and why are we choosing Gambia? I don't know that's the case. I think there's more African Americans, if that's what we're talking about, in Ghana and in Kenya and Uganda. Um,
Mhm.
then I think when I look at YouTube and I see the traffic um, going to Africa, most people are choosing Ghana and
Yeah.
Uganda and Kenya. There is a small portion of people that are choosing Gambia. And I guess for most Gambians, if you're searching Gambia and you're only really doing research on Gambia, you're only going to notice the traffic to Gambia if you're only in Gambia. But um, I think a broad view would show you that there's a lot more people choosing to go to other places. So I think those of us that are choosing to come to Gambia is because we feel connected to Gambia, and we have that right. Um, I have to address that because as someone that was born throughout the diaspora,
Mhm.
it's really funny because you see, we are Africans and we came from the continent. Most of us have quite a few different DNAs in us. We don't know where we're supposed to go, for the most part. Um, we're not going to sit here and argue with our brothers and sisters of where we're allowed to go. When our forefathers were being taken from Africa, they didn't have a choice on where they went.
Right.
And right now we shouldn't be told where we could go. We're not in a position to even argue that point. Our brothers just have to realize that, okay, just like in Gambia, you have good people, you have bad people. There are people that commit crimes. There are people that, I know you got a prison system in Gambia, right? So that means there are criminals.
Yeah.
Just like that, they have a variety of people in the diaspora. We have good people, we have bad people. Um, I am very sorry that Gambia had to deal with the things they had to deal with the two people that, or groups of people that are or were in the Gambia doing what they've done. But just like you can't, if you're a family and you live in one compound and you have a family member that killed someone or hurt
Mhm.
someone or raped someone, it wouldn't be fair for the whole neighborhood to take stones and stone you all and,
True.
and, and imprison everyone in that compound. It wouldn't be fair. It's not fair to put us all in one compound and stone us and condemn us because of something one person done. I don't think that makes any sense. So that's my opinion on that. I'll let African millennials chime in.
Hi, Sammy. Hi,
Hi,
Ina.
African Millennial.
Um,
Yeah, I know you're from Ghana too, so I think Ghana is part of this. Why Gambia and Ghana? And I see, like I said, I see a lot of East African commenters commenting why does it have to be only Ghana and Gambia? Because you can go to East Africa and they will still accept you. So let me hear from you too, African Millennial.
First and foremost, Sammy, just speaking from a place of love, you might want to add some moderators.
Sure,
Please,
sure.
please
Yep.
consider doing that because it's really important. Also, I need the both of you guys. I need your emails because I want to actually talk to you guys offline about something. But
Okay.
why Ghana? Why Gambia? Honestly, it has a lot to do with the fact that that's where people's ancestors are from. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a literally coming back home connection. And why are people more paying attention to coming back home? Because this is now when countries are talking about it. Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Gambia as well. Throughout history, there have been already repatriation movements. If you look at Haile Selassie has, in so many West African countries, there are lands that were dedicated to Caribbeans
Mhm.
because of the Haile Selassie movement. So this has been happening since the 80s, to be quite honest. But I feel like with the whole change of how the world is right now, it's now that people are starting to realize that maybe going back home is a better option than just to wait it out here in the West. I would also like to add that some of the conflicts that are happening in, Gambia and Ghana are due to the fact that a lot of people are not doing research on the culture before they go. And
Mhm.
I'm not even just talking about language, I mean African principles. A lot of people don't know African principles. I'll give you an example that um, Sammy and I were talking about before. It's, let's say Gina goes to Gambia right now and, she wants to vlog all her cousins. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you can't just put someone you don't know on camera. You know, you
Yeah.
cannot. Africans actually do not like being on camera. It's Africans don't like being on camera. Africans don't like their faces to be shown on camera because that is something to do with pride. My house is my privacy. So, in case anybody in this chat thinks that doing what a lot of these YouTube vloggers are doing, it's not appropriate. You can't just go in the street, show someone in maybe clothes that they're not proud of, and just think that it's okay to take pictures with them, put them on camera without asking them. And that's not a matter of we trying to tell you what to do. It's a matter of that's not the way that it's done over there. But
Right.
people don't research that beforehand. And the difference between, we're all Africans, I believe that, but the difference between someone born in Africa where their family is there versus someone born outside of Africa, if someone born in Africa does something bad, people will condemn that person's family. They will literally go to that person's parents' house and say, "You did such a bad job raising this person."
Mhm.
The difference between that and someone coming back home, a diasporan, is with the diasporan, the Africans, continental Africans, cannot condemn that person's family. So everything goes to that person. So that's why we see attacks. But again, that's the responsibility of the diaspora to to do research a little bit more beforehand. And I'm happy that more people are taking this more serious, but to anyone who's interested in going, it doesn't matter if you're going to Gambia or Kenya. There are African principles that you have to take a little bit of time to research about, and that will make your trip more smoothly.
Well, I think I agree with you. I think at this point, a lot of people have to make research before they go. But people keep saying, I made my research, I made enough research, but I don't think they're making enough. And it's not only about research also. You have to be you have to go open-minded, you know? You have to be there, you have to be ready, you know, to live that Gambian life or African life or Ghana life if you're going, because you're going to find a lot of things that you don't expect. You're going to see a lot of kids outside that are not wearing shoes. But you have to understand that you need to ask questions before you jump into conclusions. I remember when I used to go out without shoes. Not that I don't have it, because I have it, but it's part of the culture and I'm comfortable doing it. And this is something so many people don't understand. I could be in Gambia today as a kid and somebody would say, "Oh, look at that poor kid with no shoes." But I'm not poor. I have shoes. I just don't want to wear it. And there's a lot of kids that are there that are doing the same thing. It's not that poverty is driving them into not wearing shoes. You get what I'm saying? And so many more things that are happening. Like, people putting Africans on videos saying, "Oh, look at them, look at the gutter. This place is so dirty." I wish they can do something about it. And these people are very innocent Africans that you're taking videos of. And I remember telling you, African millennial, that no one dares to take a video of somebody else in America. And Gina is going to agree with me. So it's the peaceful nature of Africans that is letting them do that, because I cannot just take my videos in my neighborhood and start recording even people's houses. They can stop me and ask why I'm doing it. I'm not supposed to. But Africans, you can do it without them asking you anything. They'll just let you be. That is just part of the culture, and it's just our peaceful nature. I mean, it is what it is. That's what makes Africa different from America or England. And some people have to understand that. Aji's corner is on. Aji, what do you want to say onto that?
Hi everyone. Hello. Hi everyone. Hello. Guys, I'm glad, Sammy, you did this video tonight, especially having two African Americans here. I think this is something that we should be doing so often, to bring the Africans and African Americans together, so that we could talk and have a conversation of some of the things that we don't understand about them and they don't understand about us. Like you said a few minutes ago, for example, when everything was really, like, the drama was too much and everything was too much, the disrespecting and all of that, I used to say, these African Americans, I'm sick and tired of them. I'm like I literally got mad at everyone. Like, you get it. But at the
Yeah,
end of
I
the
think a
day,
lot of people did that. A
yes,
lot of people did that out of anger. I
yeah,
think so.
yeah, yeah. So at the end of the day, getting to know some of them, and I'm glad I came on board to do these videos, because like I said on my videos, I have most of them that contacted me talking about nice things and how they want to invest in the country and all of that. So hearing the good ones saying what they're saying, and some of the things that the intentions and the kindness and doing the video calls, I'm like, geez, really? And I put myself in their shoes, because if we go back to the Gambian guy that slept with the transgender live on Facebook, when everyone was like, Gambians, I got mad. Why did I get mad? Was because now I felt like I wouldn't have done that, like go on Facebook, make love. But then everyone is saying Gambians. So I felt like, why are they saying Gambians? Because I'm not part of it. I didn't do it. It's disgusting. I wouldn't. So now I started connecting dots. Like, some of these African Americans, they would literally feel the same thing. And as a Gambian or someone that traveled, this is why I always tell Gambians, it's good to travel out of your country. Go out of your comfort zone, even if it has to be Senegal, Ghana, or anywhere. Like I said, sorry, I have to say this in Wolof. So tuki would do de ham fog nga tuki rek nga gis. Like, if you don't travel, if you don't go out of Gambia, for example, let's use foreigners like Nigerians, other African countries in Gambia. We call them nyak. It's like literally they're not welcome. And we Gambians, let's call a spade a spade. We disrespect them a lot because they are in our country. Now, listen here. If you are a Gambian that traveled, like someone like me, I've been to so many places, it wouldn't matter to you, because you want to be treated the same way when you go to another foreign country. So I used to say to myself that, why were we treating these people like this in our country? I said to myself, I don't want to be treated like that. So as me, as a Gambian that is well traveled, that traveled a lot, I wouldn't sit there and ask the question, like, why are African Americans choosing Gambia? It's their right to travel anywhere they want in the world. It's their money. They have every right to sit there and choose any country they want to. And besides, we all know that they're from Gambia, they're from Ghana, they're from all of these places, especially Gambia. We know the history of Kunta Kinte, roots, and all of those things. So it's a question that someone asked, and we need to answer it, or we need to talk about it. But I wouldn't ask that question. Because if you ask me, Aji, why London? I'll be like, why not? Yeah.
You're muted, babe.
Am I?
Gina, okay.
Angie, I said I apologize. I thought I was cutting her off. Angie, are you finished, sis?
Angie, yeah.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I wanted to come in while you said that. Someone in the comments before I came on said something, and I thought it was like very interesting. They said that, you know, Gambia should expect that that quite a few people will be returning because they have the slave island there. That's, if you have a place where they were holding slaves, that tells you that a lot of your ancestors were taken out of
Yeah.
Gambia. So, when you guys have the tours and you go show it, and you go show the slave quarter, where they used to keep the slaves, that's your family. That's your family. And some of us, we're feeling connected to Gambia, because we have bloodline to Gambia, and some of us can prove it. So that being said, that's another reason. Ghana is another place that have the slave castles, and a lot of people, I mean, we've got a lot of African Americans established in Ghana for over 25 years. I mean, a whole lot. Um, so Gambia, I feel like this. I feel like the reason why a lot of people are returning back to Gambia, and it's because that's where our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, this is where it's at. And we're going to come back home. And some of us are not in our right minds. Some of us need to heal. Some of us are fine. Some of us, you're going to find some of us 100, and that's good. But some of us are going to come in near 50. We're missing 50. We're going to need your love. We're going to need your patience. And we're going to need you to be kind. In the same way, it's no justifying anything that you guys had to hear or see within the last, 7 months. So just bear with us, because trust me, there are a lot more good people trying to come through. Please don't close the door. You can't close the door. Like Angie said, we're gonna buy those tickets. We're coming home. But please don't close your hearts, because we're not coming home to the Gambia. We're coming home to you. If the
Yeah.
Gambia was just empty land and had nobody there, it wouldn't be interesting. We wouldn't be wanting to go there. There is land in Costa Rica. I'm from Haiti. There is land there, cheaper, by the way. There is land in other places, Malawi. There's different places that have cheaper land. We're not going to Gambia because it's cheap. We're going to Gambia because our spirit is being called to Gambia for the most part. I can't say that you're not going to get some people going to Gambia to take advantage. You're going to find some criminals. You're going to find some bad people. But please, understand, it's just like when you have a tree. There's some good fruit and some bad fruit, and you know what you have to do with the bad fruit.
I think that first of all, like somebody said, there is only 300 and something African American in Gambia. I'm not sure the specific number, but I know it's not a lot compared to how many we have in Ghana and Tanzania. I think all this came about, people thinking that everybody is going to Gambia, came about with the the things that happened in the media a couple of months ago, because then everybody started focusing only on Gambia. You get what I'm saying? And this made a lot of people, and even other African or East Africans, think that African Americans just want to go to Gambia. Why does it have to be Gambia? So I just think it's all the things that happen in the media that started this whole thing, because now the focus is on Gambia and Ghana alone, So we have Happy Companion. Thank you for joining, Happy Companion.
Thank you, sister.
And yeah, I would like to hear from you too.
Okay. Ask me as far as the diaspora and African Americans going to the Gambia or Africa period, or what's attracting us there? Because I missed.
Yeah, Gambia. Gambia,
Okay.
to be specific, and Ghana, because that is the question that people have been asking, and it's like it kind of created a couple of arguments between people saying, oh, they want to create a Wakanda, that's why they're going. Other people are saying we're going because we're tired of being shot. There's a lot of things that, and it just make me feel too emotional when I hear people saying we're tired of getting shot and all that. So I thought it would be nice to have you guys on the panel and let's have like an
Okay.
understanding and kind of communicate. Yeah.
Okay. Hello to everybody on the panel. Hello, cousin Gina. Hello, Africa Millennia. I can't see the person at the bottom, but hello to you as well. You know, Ghana was opening borders up a long time ago. I think a few years ago. So a lot of people was interested in going to Ghana because of the publicity. They were, saying year return and whatnot. So it was very popular. I didn't realize I had a little bit of Ghanaian DNA until I took the test. Okay, and a lot of people really didn't know about Ghana too much before that. But I can say that when it comes to the somebody's I'm sorry. I felt more. I mean, I had like after reading Roots and Kuta Kinte and whatnot, and Alex Haley, and finding out about he was from the Gambia, that kind of inspired me. And then when I did my DNA, I found that I was Mandinka, Senegambia River. That I found that was part of that prior to going to the Gambia. And like I said, watching the YouTubers, the bloggers, and prior to that, I started watching them late last year. Because I always wanted to repatriate back, and I was thinking about East Africa, mainly, but I know a lot of my ancestors come from West, and I'm like, wow, because I know Nigerian and whatnot. But something about the Gambia just kept coming through my head, and I'm like, wow, I keep just want to go to the Gambia, and so I took that plunge, and I was very enlightened about it. And first, like, it was spiritual. I did visit a masjid the first day. It was like a few days there after I got out of quarantine, like the first day. And I wanted to get that connection right away. I wanted to get that spiritual connection with my ancestors, despite religion and whatnot. But I felt like I was there for a purpose. My purpose is more spiritual than anything, than business, or it's like you hear a certain calling. It's a calling for us. So for me in particular, and it's a lot of brothers and sisters on this panel tonight. So it's something that kind of like lingered in me, and I keep hearing about it. Then I saw like a Watermaya going there. I saw Gambian Connect. I'm going to meet with them one day. Then I was like, I think Sister, I forgot her name, Dr. Mumbi Wambai, she was there. So there's a lot of things that attracted it. So I think that's what's necessary, because we keep hearing a lot of negative things about Africa. Then you see people blogging and posting things that we boots on the ground, even if it's 10 minutes long, it goes into our psyche. And so then when I saw that, I met with people and I saw it. I don't mean to keep rambling on, but go ahead. But what I'm trying to say is that, that's why I'm going back. I went there, phase 1, to assess it. I'll be back there shortly, and then that's why I plan to stay. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's funny because this is not even supposed to be a question in the first place. Because it's just gonna be like when you ask me why are you guys going to America, or why are Africans going abroad? Because I think Africans were the biggest travelers worldwide, because we're all over the place. I don't think this was even supposed to be a question, but unfortunately it is. But I just want to say one thing: Gambia itself, as small as it is a blessed country.
Yeah.
That country is one of the blessed nations, because when they tell you the history of that country, you yourself, I just think sometimes we that are Gambians, we that are born there, we don't even know how blessed our country is. It's people that come in there and see it.
Yeah.
We don't know how blessed that small country is. So when we talk about, it's just 2 million people, that is why God blessed that country, because it's just 2 million people.
True. Beautiful.
Can I add to
we
that?
needed that blessings, and he gave it to us.
Yes.
It would have been more people, sis, if they didn't take your brothers and sisters across the ocean. And that's the thing that Gambia needs to keep in mind. There was a lot of us taken. And if you guys are not willing to do DNA tests, we shouldn't be willing. There's a lot of people. It's funny because I speak to a lot of Africans, and I say, would you take a DNA test to confirm what tribe you're from? And they won't, because forever they've been Mandinka or they've been Wolof, and they don't want to ever find out that they're not. The same thing goes with us. We're Africans. That's all we've ever known. We've never known anything else. We've been foreigners everywhere else we've been except for Africa. So Africa is home. And like the brother said, some of us are even finding out we have Gambian DNA. I do too. So you can't tell me that I can't go to Gambia and my people were taken from there. We were taken right there on that island where they had all the slaves. My great 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 grandmother was in that dungeon, so or that castle, so or whatever that is. So we should be able to go. And I know that a lot of the brothers and sisters in the continent in the Gambia didn't have this issue until Art Kathy. So,
That's
and
true.
I understand their frustration. And that's why, to be honest with you, we just got to bear each other until we get over the storm.
Yes.
That's true. Like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't care to do a DNA test because, okay, I know where my grandmother comes from. But now I'm even thinking, where did they come from before that? Maybe I have some Nigerian in me. Maybe maybe I have some Sierra Leone in me. So that has even changed my attitude and my behavior. Because at first, I used to make fun of Nigeria all the time because I was in that mindset. But now that I know that me being African means even more than that, it's making me concerned about other African countries. I want to visit more other African countries. And that is also due to YouTube. Because at first, before YouTube, I used to watch Prince Dynastamir a lot. I watch him more now, but I used to watch him a lot, and I used to think, this guy's going to Nigeria. Who cares? That's what I told myself. But now I'm like, oh, wow. This whole movement is even influencing a lot of continental Africans to value Africa themselves.
Yes. I
Because
think so too.
I can tell you, a lot of Gambians that I've met before here in the diaspora, you talk about Gambia, they're like, okay, but now they're wondering, why does everybody care? Because everybody's talking about it.
Like, wait a
Because
minute, let me
everybody's
go home.
talking.
Yeah.
And that should also make you more concerned about your country.
Exactly.
So I see the good in that. I see the good in people asking questions and people talking. I find that to be a blessing.
Yeah. But I think you should. I think Africans in a continent, the more you guys take DNA tests, the more you find out who your lost ancestors are, who got taken. Trust me, if you take Ancestry DNA or 23andMe, one of those, you will find thousands of cousins that in the diaspora, all over the Caribbean, all over South Central America, all in America itself, all in Europe too. Our people, we're in search of our ancestors in Africa. We take DNA tests for that. But you on the continent, if you take DNA tests right now, sister, African Millennium, if you take a DNA test right now, if you haven't took it, because I think you're in the diaspora right now with us, you will find you'll find your lost ancestors. You will be able to track them down just like that.
Yep.
Am I right, sister? Am I right, cousin Gina? Am I right? Come on now.
Actually, when I took my DNA test, I found I have a cousin in Banjul, Gambia.
Yep.
Well, so that says a lot. She was born, her mother, her father, her father's father, her father's father's father were all born in Gambia. So that says something. I have a grandparent that was born in Gambia, taken to Haiti. That being said, we have to keep in mind some of these people that you're calling African American. I have an African American birth certificate because I was born in New Jersey, but my parents are from Haiti. Some of us are Haitian Africans, and some of us, but all of us, the one thing we have in common is that we're Africans. We're Africans, first and foremost. If you have children and you were born in Gambia, but if you go to America and you have a child, what is that child? An African American. Give it 3 more generations, they may not even know how to speak the language if you don't go back home. They'll be African Americans. So 4 generations later, that child goes back home and somebody tells them they're not Gambian. What sense does that make?
And to ask African millennial, I'm not trying to, sisters, Sammy's treasure, please be patient with me. Somebody posted, there's no DNA tests in Africa. Yeah, you have DNA land. The Nigerian cousin that I matched to from Nigeria, she was an exact match to me. Her husband's a geneticist. And so she went ahead and took the test. And I think her son took the test because they went to Malaysia to study. He was teaching over there. And then because she took that test, that's how I was able to match with her. So there are tests there that you can take. I think DNA Land is one of them. I think this my cousin Gina, she took the same thing.
So what happens is a Gambian
Yeah.
that was born
Mhm.
in Ghana. I guess she's living in New York right now. She took a test and
Mhm.
she found out that she has cousins in the United States, in Haiti, and everywhere else. So let's say if you take a test, Sammy, you're going to get results. And in that test, it's going to say, we linked you to family, fifth cousins, seventh cousins. Guess what
Mhm.
those cousins are? African Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans. They're not going to be in Africa. Those seventh cousins will more than likely be descendants of the slaves that were taken from the continent.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
we have to pause.
Yes.
And this is what I suggest. And I'm sorry, we're not going to talk anymore because I know we have two people
Yeah.
waiting. I've just been so quiet, and you got this sister, so I'm going to be quiet after this. But we have to take a pause, and we have to look at the real picture here. Like,
Right.
a lot of the brothers and sisters that are upset, they're in the diaspora. They have internet access. I can understand their frustration with the whole R. Kathy disrespect. And I could understand, how insulting it was. It was insulting to us as well. We stayed quiet, which was wrong, but it insulted us as well. Because there's a lot of us looking forward to coming home. She had an opportunity to be home and didn't even invest in trying to take advantage of such a great opportunity to be around her people and the place and learn the culture. She didn't do any of that. She sat in a room all day, smoked, and that was it, and talked crap and made money on internet. And that's exactly what was being done. But the worst thing that happened was she broke the family. Gambians, for the most part, were very excited, very happy that a lot of people were choosing to go to the Gambia until this woman spoke. We could only apologize at this point, but it's time that we understand that we need to heal, or she wins. If you guys allow what she was trying to do with her B1 movement happen and cause a division, then you know what? Our Kathy wins and we lose.
Yep, I agree. I agree with you, Gina, 100%. This is a very big movement, and a lot of people, when we watch YouTube videos or we go on live, we don't even understand that there's a lot of enemies that are watching.
Yeah.
And this is what they want. You're gonna see 1,000 people watching a live video. Be rest assured that 600 of those people could be enemies that are watching, and they're taking notes. And that's why we need to be careful of what we're posting. We need to be careful of what we're saying about each other. Because this is what these enemies want. They want you to fight.
Yep.
That's why we call some people trolls. Some people are not even Africans, but they're commenting saying, I'm African and I agree with you, my Gambian brother, but you are not African and you know it. But they're just trying to put fuel into an already burning fire. This is what an enemy wants. So we need to be watchful and be careful to the kind of people we even reply to, because a lot of people just make fake accounts to, keep the burning fire. That's what happens. This is what I'm talking about. We have a lot of enemies that are watching. 70% of the people that are watching are not with you. They don't want you to unite. They don't want us to be one. Why do you think it took so long for Africans and African Americans to unite? We've all been brainwashed. Africans have been brainwashed. African Americans have been brainwashed. And it's going to take time before everybody comes together. It is going to take time. We can see it already.
But what I noticed though? We can do this. If we choose to, we can shorten that time just by doing this. Instead of me getting on an African American channel and just talking about how I feel about what the Gambian said, I get on the channel with my Gambian brothers and sisters, and I tell them this is what you said and how it hurt me. And the Gambians do the same and let me respond. Because when you're sitting there being angry, you're only letting yourself respond. A Gambian talking to a continental Gambian talking to a continental Gambian about how angry they feel about an African American or a diasporan, you're not gonna get anywhere with that. You're just both going to be angry. Put me in, talk to me. Tell me what I did. What did I do to my sister? You know, we are family, regardless if you think we aren't or are, we're coming home. And so, and we're not coming home to the land. And I need people to understand that. It's cheaper to live in, let's say, Haiti. They got beautiful oceans. We got the same ocean you have. They have coconut trees. They have mango trees. They have cassava. They have everything that you have. It's an island. Jamaica, Costa Rica, we can go to those places, pay less. Cost of living in Haiti is cheaper than it is in Gambia. But you know what? What the Gambia have, again, the Gambia has my roots, my culture, my brothers and sisters that still have the roots and culture that can connect me. We need you. And yes, you need us too. It's nothing wrong with saying we need each other.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. You're a savior to me just as much as I'm a savior to you. Yes, look at me like a savior. I'm supposed to come and save you from this. And you're supposed to come and save me from what I've been dealing with. Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Not when it's given with love.
Yeah. We have Jamila. I think you didn't say anything yet, and Cut Legal. So I'm gonna let you guys say something. Jamila, you can go ahead. Sorry for that.
Yes, I just wanted to give my reasons for why I'm interested in repatriating to Gambia. I have my ticket to come in December, so inshallah, I'll make it there safely and connect with my brothers and sisters. I have a good friend, my best friend, who's married to a Gambian, and I got integrated into that community. And with them, when she had her baby naming ceremony, the Gambians did everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything, from morning to the night, to renting the venue, to buying all of her outfits, to hiring a makeup artist for her, cooking all of the food, bought all the food. They did everything. And it was so many of them. And I felt so much love. So I was like, I want to be one of them. I like these people, I want to be down. They were so super cool. And when it came to the concept of repatriating, there are Black Americans that feel like when you repatriate, you have to go to a country where your ancestors were taken from through slavery, because that was involuntary. So as a form of protest, when you move back to one of those specific countries, like on the Gold Coast, you are voluntarily moving back to say, middle finger to white supremacy. I'm going back voluntarily to where you took my ancestors from when they didn't have a choice. So that's why someone like me would go to one of those countries as opposed to any random country in Africa. Now, my dad is African American and my mother is actually Eritrean. That's East Africa. The reason why I'm not choosing that place is because the government is under a dictatorship, and it would be really hard for me to live in peace there, especially with the businesses that I want to do. And also, I told my friends that I need to be where the Pan-Africans are. And I know, based on talking to people on YouTube, that there is a Pan-African community in Gambia. So ethnically, I'm African American and Eritrean, but my identity that I choose is Pan-African. And that's like a blanket culture that you can walk into. Some people are culturally Pan-African and some people are politically Pan-African, and so I consider myself to be a little bit of both. And I need to be around other people who have that same identity. So whether we sitting around chopping it up about, Garveyism or, Black economics or whatever, that's why I would pick, another reason why I would pick Gambia over Eritrea. It is an English-speaking country. Senegal and Ivory Coast, I'm not interested in learning French right now. I'm just easier with the language that I already speak. Ghana, I heard, was a really nice place, but from what I understand, the churches are getting out of control to the point where the pastors are telling women, hey, God gave me the gift to see breast cancer. Come to the church and show me your breast. Some of those scams and things, even though I wouldn't be in the church because I'm Muslim, I know it still affects the people around me. It would still affect my brothers and sisters. And I just don't know if I want to be around that. From what I understand, Ghana got strip clubs now. And I just really want to be in a place where the people, they themselves want to be African. I don't want to go to an African country where they're trying to be Americanized. And then they're looking at me like I'm golden because I come from the United States. And I'm trying to explain to them, like, actually, I'm trying to shed that culture. I'm trying to integrate with a traditional African culture. And I know there's so many different types of Gambians, so don't get me wrong, I'm not naive. But from what I understand, Gambia is one of those countries where the people are okay being African. And they're not necessarily trying to walk away from their African identity, if that makes sense. And some of us do know people who are Americans that's lived there. One of the women in my community, she was there for 27 years. You know, she married a Gambian guy, but you know, repatriating to Gambia is not new for some of us. Some of us have, you know, met people who've been there, and they, you know, they say they liked it. And then YouTube, I really think, is what is the catalyst for this big push to Gambia as well, because we're seeing people horseback riding on the beach, four-wheeling through the forest, hanging out at the resorts, the weddings, getting cultural outfits made like they in the scene from Coming to America. You know, they look like they're over there kicking it, and I'm ready. I'm physically here in Kentucky, but my mind and my heart is in Gambia right now. And I'm ready to, whatever they doing over there, I'm ready to do it. I'll be there in December, you know, Allah willing. So that's that. And I really want to say with the
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution, Jamila. And I just
so
want
I
to
feel
say,
like, hey, the elders put the call out, I'm a follow. They basically
okay. I see Uncle Donnie, Afro Millennial, IG, and Re-Empire. Re-Empire, you will definitely be in. I'm gonna let you guys in, but I think it only allows me to let in 6 people at a time. I don't know.
10.
10?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you never know. You may not be able to. I don't know. I know I can, but depends.
She may be restricted due to I don't know, because some people are restricted based on your if you paid for it.
Yeah, that's
StreamYard,
right.
if you didn't, your membership with StreamYard.
I'm a member.
Okay, so it only allows me to let in 6 people for now. So, but like I wanted to talk about the, what is it called, before I let Kathleen go to say something, the religion. I feel like religion is also part of the reason a lot of people are going to Gambia, because Gambia is one of the countries that your religion, being Christian or Muslim, really doesn't matter. We protect our Christians. And I just want to say something, kind of clarify that to people. When we say, some people say Gambia is a Muslim country. Gambia is not a Muslim. It's a majority Muslim country, but Christians are allowed. Yeah. This is something a lot of people don't understand. And they keep saying, oh, it's a Muslim country, it's a Muslim country. We protect our Christians. We celebrate with them during Christmas.
I love it.
Easter. Yes, Christmas, Easter, and every Christian celebration. Every Gambian, almost every Gambian, have a Christian best friend.
Good.
Some of us, I entered a church several times. It never changed me to be a Christian because my heart is with Muslims. I want to be a Muslim. This is my belief. I understand that going to a church or getting invited to a church will never make me a Christian if my heart is not there. And this is how Gambians see religion.
Yeah.
My best friend is a Christian. And I remember during Eid is the Muslim festival, the big festival. Her parents will buy her new clothes, just like my parents will buy me new clothes. And they will celebrate with us. So there's a lot of misinformation recently about Christians. This is a Muslim country. It's a majority Muslim country that protects their Christians. We
that.
are one with them. And every time we have
Mm-hmm.
a festival, or maybe even a president is giving speech, they invite the Muslim, which is the imam, and invite the pastor. They will both pray for that country, Gambia. And this is what makes Gambia a peaceful country.
Yeah.
And that's another reason that
So let's be
fell
very
in love with
mindful
Gambia.
of trying to use religion to separate Gambians, because religion will never, ever bring division in that country. Our forefathers said it like that, and we are going to leave it like that. So let's understand that from the onset.
Sister, who's trying to divide the religions there? Who was it? I missed that. You said
So
some people are
like,
trying to divide.
yes, and a lot of Gambians condemned it. I really don't want to talk about it, but when
Okay.
someone used religion, this is a Muslim country, a lot of people that are coming, these Americans, they don't believe in Islam or stuff like that. So come join me, let's do this, or let's fight them. We don't do that. So, and that made a lot of African Americans really scared, because I seen comments that are like, oh my goodness, I'm like, no, no, no. But thankfully, a lot of Gambians came out and say, we're not talking about religion, and religion is something that we don't want to bring in Gambia. Religious fights is not something we want in our Gambia. So, and I'm glad my brothers and sisters really clarified that on this YouTube. So that's going to set an example, just in case somebody else want to use Christianity or Islam, into dividing us as Gambians. That's not going to be allowed.
Good.
So I'm going to let Katligo say something. I'm sorry for talking too much.
No, it's okay. Hi guys.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm from South Africa, the south of Africa.
Oh,
And
nice. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Jose,
So I can
go.
I can see everyone is talking about Gambia and Ghana, but one thing that African Americans need to realize is that even though we are separate, we've got a lot of customary things that we do as Africans that connect. Like from South of Africa, North, East, West, also even in the Caribbean, there's still some things that connect us as a global African nation that we need to actually come together with and find commonalities so we can find connection with each other. And the other thing that I had heard earlier was about research. Whenever you go to any country, you need to really find out. Uh, Even the most minimal amount of research is very important. Also, as a South African, I don't want to say this on the live because some South Africans will feel bad about it. We've got this superiority complex, right? And I feel like sometimes it might come um, off from Americans that they might also have this superiority complex. So it's very important also that, and it's not only about their superiority, it's also about sometimes Africans, continental Africans feeling not adequate because of white supremacy. So there's a lot of also that inferiority complex from our past and history of white supremacy that we need to get over. But we really do need each other
Yes, we do.
just to find commonality and also to help each other through, like, some people are coming into Africa to start businesses. Like when you find an African around your community, that person is going to also assist you with how to interact correctly with people around the area. So it's not only about coming in and saying that I'm going to build a business, I'm going to save the people. It's also about the relationships that we want to have with each other. Like I heard, I'm not sure who you are, but on my screen, you're on the center. You said you're not coming for the land, you are coming for the people. And that's also what we want. We want to connect with each other because I'm seeing an Africa, a young African people that wants to be United States of Africa, and we can't do it without you guys from the states or from the diaspora, because what we lack in technology, in knowledge that we don't really have currently. You have, and we can work together to make Africa greater, and also to just grow outside, like to make, yeah, a greater Africa, because we do want to grow the businesses and also have ownership. Like a lot of times people don't know that most of the continent is owned by multinationals. And even in our country, we want to stop that. But
Yeah.
oh, I'm having trouble with connection. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
It must be on her. It must be on her side. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to say which so just if you're listening, sis, I'm happy that you oh, can you hear us now? Okay. Well, I want to say what she was saying. I agree 100%. But you said that we're gonna bring this to the table. You guys bring something so much
Hello,
bigger
can
to
you
the
guys
table.
hear me? I was having
Yes,
trouble with my
yes,
connection.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
You know what, Sammy? Tell her to go out and come back in, because that usually helps.
Yeah.
Kick her out and she'll come back in, and that'll help, because sometimes it just gets stuck. But
Okay.
what she was
Go
saying
ahead,
is very
Gina.
interesting. She got to say one part of it. We are going to bring something to the table, and you guys do need us, and we need you. So we're going to save each other. It's not a thing where we're saving Gambia or we're saving Africa. Yes, we're coming to save Africa, and you are saving us, because trust me, the work that you have to do on us, the what we need spiritually, culturally, the love that we need. I mean, could you imagine? You know, we're coming from a very cold place, guys, in more than one ways. We're coming from a place where we could, for a long time, we couldn't even look people in the eyes. I can't even imagine going to a continent or a country where I could look at everybody and everybody looks like me. That itself will heal me. Just being around you. So trust me, what you're bringing to the table is about the same amount that we're bringing to the table. It's 50-50.
Can I shed a bit of hope for 1 second before Donnie goes in?
Sure. Yeah.
It's not my channel, so I don't want to. But you know, sometimes when I am speaking to African Americans or African diasporans, I should say African diasporans, it's not just African Americans, they say a couple of grievances like, oh, but how about the scams that are happening? How about the land? How about this? And how about that? And all I have to say is things are actually getting better. Believe it or not. People are waking up. Things are changing in Africa for the better. So
yeah.
Okay. All I can say is whatever happens in America or wherever you live, it happens to a certain degree in Africa as well. The only thing is, if you have the right people to help you navigate, you will be 100% fine. It takes time to do things in Africa. I know, even I get so mad sometimes when I have to do things with continental Africans, but it's because in Africa, the way of life is different. There's no rush.
Yeah.
Like here, you wake up 7 o'clock, you got to take your coffee, you got to go to the bus. Everything is boom, 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 boom. Over there, things are easy. So you give someone some money to do something for you. Trust me, they're doing it,
Right.
but it's going to take 3 weeks. They'll do it, but it's
Yeah.
going to take forever. And that's just, those are the type of benefits and losses that you just have to deal with. Things are just slower over there. Capitalism isn't everything. You know, it's more about, can I not have a heart attack right now? Can I take my time? If I have to watch my kids, that's more important than me doing something for you. Unfortunately, that's the African way. And you guys have to you guys have to understand that it's not them trying to get over on you all the time. It's just that things are just different. The priorities are different.
That's very good information. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Donnie. You can come in. That's our Uncle Donnie.
Yeah, no.
Good, good.
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, while I was listening to Sammy saying, about the religious freedom and respect, that resonates with me because I'm a respecter of others' beliefs. I believe it's helping you be a better person. Then it should be respected, and to know that Gambia is a place, which is one of the things that I noticed about Gambia was the religious freedom. The Christians and Muslims,
Yeah.
they lived in harmony together, which says a lot about the culture. But I
Yeah.
just thought, to respect others' religious beliefs is an outward sign of inner enlightenment. Meaning, for you to show that says a lot about you as a people. So, your inner enlightenment, the Gambian people, their kindness is what drew me to Gambia. Other than finding other places, because I think about all these things when you come into to another country and you actually a foreigner coming in per se. We know this grandma house and we all Africans, but to go somewhere else and not know anyone, you want to feel comfortable that you'll be safe because it's almost like you're going alone. So I appreciate that with Gambia. I appreciate it and did research and know Gambia has some of the oldest stone circles in the world and the history and this where Kunta Kinte left from to come to America. So all them things to me said that this was a point where our ancestors left and would be an appropriate point of return for us coming back.
Right.
And I don't know if the continental Africans understand how it feels. And to me, to be someone that was born in America and that's all you ever known, it's something missing for us to not have a culture of your own, not have a family of your own that you can go back to and claim. Yeah, your ancestors was brought over here as slaves, but that's all you ever heard. And I'll give you a quick story that happened to me that really got me researching and interested. With my youngest son. He went to a more of an international school in a predominantly white area. And he came home one day when he was young and had a project. They had an ancestry project. And he said some of his friends, his Chinese friends, could trace his grandparents back, 100 years, or his other friends could do that. And then he came to me and asked me, and I didn't know anything. I felt bad. It hurt me so bad that I didn't know anything about my ancestors that it forced me to start looking.
Right.
So I did DNA research and everything, and yes, I do have some Senegambian in my DNA,
Oh,
Nigerian. I got the whole list. But
You got the Senegambia crew right here.
yeah,
right. Look at that.
yeah, I got some ancestors that came through there. So, but
And
yeah,
maybe that's why, Donnie, maybe that's why we were so angry. Maybe that's why we spoke out the way we did. Maybe it's that DNA inside of us, because you're right. Me, you, that a happy companion, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's just coming up. Your DNA is responding.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
I have so much of a taste for African food all the time. That's all I eat is African food. I swear. I just ate Ethiopian food yesterday with Sister Jihadi.
I'm always jealous.
Everybody's
Looking at your
jealous.
food vlogs.
I'm gonna eat some Somali food tonight. That's just how it is. It's something. I just love it. I'm sorry, and like you mentioned, if you watch my platform, I'm bio. It's like whoever. It doesn't matter what nationality, what religion. You're on my team. You're on my team, and I mention that a lot. And so that's what I liked about the Gambia too. Like I said, when I filming around, I said, "There's a church over here. There's this over here." You know what I'm saying? Even Peter was the driver for Black Set for Juliet. Peter, I drove around with him a lot, and I have a video. We eating some chicken stew. It said Peter, he rubbing on that chicken stew. And so you got a lot of people. Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm so rude.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I know. Every channel's Sammy, Happy Companion and Gina channel. Happy Companion. Just joking with you.
Listen,
Just joking
I
with you.
must be related to Lamin. Where's Lamin? I must be
he must be in the background listening and watching. Hi, Renee.
Yeah.
Welcome, Renee. Welcome, Renee. So,
I
to those
want to say
guys,
something to Renee. I want Renee to come on live because I want to say something to her.
that's exactly what I wanted to say.
If you feel like it, Renee.
Yes, Renee, you can come. You can come on board. You can come on board. This is a conversation of brothers and sisters. And to the moderators, if you see anybody trying to bring like nonsense in this conversation, take them out. Wow. Take them out. Show them the gate. You have to be neutral. If you're gonna be here, you have to be neutral. We are one, and we're trying to, get united. And have some understanding, because we all have something to work on. So we're trying to have a good conversation. Even if you feel offended by what somebody said, contact them and talk to them. If you're gonna be here trying to disrespect African Americans or Africans, it don't matter if you're African, I don't care. Moderators, take them off the chat. Take them off, okay? So thank you. Renee, like we said, we would like to have you here too. You've been so quiet for the longest time, but we would like to have you because we all love you, okay? So you can come. You're very welcome to come in here. So I'm just gonna let
I don't know about them, Renee, but I came on the channel and told you how much I love you. I can't speak for them.
Yes, we all have our opinions, and we can share our opinions, but in a respectful way, period. True. So let me let Africa Millennial say, no, not Africa Millennial, another one. They look alike.
Hey, because we family. How are you doing, Sammy?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. This is so beautiful. I'm here at work and I snuck out of the office because I have to be a part of this. What Donnie goes in, hi everybody. What Donnie was saying about not knowing where you're from and what that feels like. My husband is from Senegal, and I've been to Senegal about 7 times, and it has changed my life having family from Senegal and having that feeling that I was missing. The culture is very much collective, and in the United States we don't have that. We learn from the people who colonized us. So just knowing that they share everything, to me everybody's rich over there, because whatever one person has, everybody has. My husband would give his clothes away like it was nothing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm telling him, you got to hold on to your stuff, it costs a lot of money. And he's like, no, I'll get more, it's not a big deal. And people give back to you. Like here, people take advantage of you so much more than what people think in Africa. Like you can't give anybody anything because everybody's always watching their back. Like, no, they're going to take advantage of me, they're going to swindle me or whatever. We're like the number one scammers if you want to be serious, but we just used to it, so we don't notice it. But not knowing where you're from, like when I read about Kunta Kinte, it was about 5 years before I met my husband. I cried while I was reading. That has never happened to me before. My whole life, I've been searching for something. Like I never wanted to really be a Black American, to be honest, because everybody else here in this country comes from another place. And it just always felt like they're richer than me. They have different foods that they eat. They have special traditions and dresses that they wear. And so I used to try to hang with Afro Latinos. I used to try to hang with Jamaicans. I was always searching for something else. I'm like, this is not it. Like, this can't be it. And once I realized that, when I went to Senegal, I realized that we still eat watermelon. Y'all eat watermelon. Like, the stuff that clicked for me was like, wait a minute. I am African. I am special. I still have some things from my culture. I did my DNA after I married my husband, and I found out that my grandmother is Mandinka from Senegal. And I feel like our blood, our DNA is telling us what we got to do. Like, it's it's something bigger. It's God. It's something bigger calling this to happen. And I've always wanted to move there, but after seeing everybody else and their YouTube, and I just was like, no, this is the time. Like, we're all supporting each other. We're all helping. I think this is going to change the game as long as people don't sabotage. And that's why we got to be careful, you know. But this is such a beautiful thing. The fact that you're having this live with us, it's like, you have no idea what this is doing, because the people watching you are learning about us. We're learning about you. Like, whenever I go to Senegal, I come back here, I make my family sit on the floor. We have a big old plate and we eat. Like, my husband makes the well, they call it yassa poulet. I don't know what they call it in Gambia, but you know,
Yes.
yeah. So they make, and so it's just like, I mean, we have what we've created here. And I think our culture is very special. We've created a culture that goes, you know, around the world. But just having those roots and being in a place where people invite you to lunch and they don't even know your name, like, come eat. Like, that doesn't happen here. That stuff at first freaked me out. I'm like, why are these people being so nice? They must want something, you know? It's just, and it revealed to me how damaged I was or am, and how damaged we are, that we can't even have lunch with your neighbor. Like we don't have time. We don't have the connection. Like, we're going through this pandemic. And I told my husband, I said, I'd rather be in Senegal and be isolated than be here, because you still have people around you. You still have a community. Here, you're just alone. You see people walk, nobody says hi to each other. Like, that stuff changes, that stuff gives people mental health problems, just not having a community. And so Africa is rich in so many ways, mostly culturally, but in so many ways. And I think that being there will heal a lot of us. I wish everybody could come, but I wish my family would go visit. Hopefully they will when I move, but it just heals you inside. I feel more beautiful when I'm there. I don't worry about my weight. I don't worry about, you know, my hairstyle, whatever. Like, I fit in. Everything accents me. The jewelry, the clothes, I'm fly. Like, it's a beautiful feeling to feel free, and you don't know until you go. And my husband never really understood it, because a lot of things he grew up with, he took for granted. And he's like, wow, all these African Americans are so fascinated with the goats and the cows walking around. But it's like, we're missing who we are. Yeah. And when you walk around in the sand barefoot over there, you just feel at home. And we've never felt that. We've never felt at home here in the diaspora, ever. And it hurts. And I'm just glad that so many of us are going back and getting this healing that we need, and becoming who we're supposed to be. So thank you so much for giving me the time. I love everybody on the panel, all the homies.
Love you too.
I'm gonna go now, but
all the Mandinkas,
yes,
tribe Mandinkas.
Yes. That's what we're the warriors. That's Kunta Kinte, baby.
Everybody that has Mandinka, try put your fist up.
Kunta Kinte all day, baby. And I'm coming to the Gambia to visit all y'all. So Tabaski, whatever, we having a party.
Yes.
Love you guys.
That's right.
Love you too. Love you too.
Peace out. Mwah.
Thank you, sister.
Listen, she reminded me of something. I remember when I was in Gambia, and when we cook, say we're supposed to cook like 5 cups of rice for ourselves. My grandma will always say, no, you have to make it 8 or 9. And when you say, no, it's not gonna finish, it's like, but what about when people come in, you know? And these are people that we don't even know. Sometimes it could be people that are selling on the street. So sometimes they can get hungry, and we will just say, hey, there's food here, come and eat. So we used to like always like cook extra food. And this is every Gambian household that cooks extra. because rice is a staple food in
Yeah, we
Gambia.
coming home.
Yeah,
We
but
coming
we
home.
always cook extra for just in case somebody is passing by and they're hungry. And when you're in Gambia, you don't even hesitate to enter a compound and say, "Hey, I'm so hungry. Can you guys give me water or can you guys give me food?" And we gladly give it. I was talking to a Nigerian friend. I don't mean to bash Nigerians or anything because I don't know anything about Nigeria. But I have a friend who was telling me that the thing you guys do, we cannot do in Nigeria. I'm like, why? It's like, you can't just go to people's house and eat. What if they voodoo you? I'm like, voodoo.
No, they do the same thing in Haiti. They do the same thing in Haiti where they all eat together and always cook enough food for people that come in that comes or
Yes.
people, you call somebody across the street. Oh yeah. They do the
I'm
same
like,
thing.
nobody's gonna voodoo you. The thing is that Gambia people don't have that mindset of, oh, I'm not gonna
Somebody
eat
said
in
it.
Binta's house. Yes, they don't have the
Somebody,
mindset of, oh, I have to be careful not to eat in that house because I don't know them. We don't think like that. So when you go to people's house, they just give you food and you eat and you go.
that's
Period.
it.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's how it is. I'm just gonna let oh, she's in, is she? No, she's not.
No.
Re-Empire. I can't get you in. I don't know why.
Re-Empire. Sorry. Fangirling for these. Bijou, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, he's put out quite a bit of videos.
Re-Empire,
Oh
you might
yeah,
wanna
yeah. Oh my God.
you might wanna go out
dude.
and come back in.
I actually
Re-Empire,
I
go out
subscribe to
and
you,
come back
Ray.
in.
He keeps it
You know
real.
what? I
He keeps
subscribe
it
to you, brother.
100.
I
I
used to
subscribe to
listen.
you, man. I
I'm gonna
subscribed
tell
to
you
him
something.
2 days ago.
I used to listen to him when he only had the music. I think maybe 3 months ago, I found his channel, and that was before he started talking about the Art Kathy stuff or whatever. And he was basically listening to music. All I saw was this page with these big eyes, and he was talking about music, and I just couldn't stop watching him.
That was funny. I subscribed to him a couple of days ago. I was like, okay, yeah, okay. He was on my
He's
channel
such a
today too. Dang, that's right. He was on the channel. Man, okay.
yeah. Katligo, you wanna say something? I just kicked you out of Re-Empire. You can come back in because I didn't see where to add you. So come back in.
Yes, I don't know where I finished, but true, my dad likes to do the same thing. When we cook, he'll also say the same thing. Make sure you cook enough so that when we have guests, there's enough to go around for them. So yeah, that's what the type of commonalities that I was speaking about.
Yep. The thing is that a lot of African countries they have like similar cultures. Okay, when it comes to like food and stuff, we do have a lot some things that are different, but there's a lot of things that are similar. That's why when you leave Gambia and you go to Nigeria, you can easily adapt because it's a lot of things that are similar. It's not going to be any different to you compared to somebody who was born in America and raised in America. It'll be like completely different unless they are willing to learn and adapt. But for an African going to another African country, it's like a very easy process of adoption. I don't think it should take me a time because I know everything in Gambia I will find in Nigeria. Though some things are a little different, but it's not that hard to adapt.
Very true.
True. That's why I love
Also,
that
I
chicken
wanted
stew.
to talk about.
Sorry.
Also, I heard somebody talking about Dr. Mumbi, right? That's also one of the shows that I learned about the Gambia. It's very important also to have an online presence, teaching each other about different countries within the African continent. I'm in South Africa. There's still a lot of countries I don't know about culturally, religiously, even like their practices, languages, even though I am in the continent. So for the African American brothers and sisters, it's also very important for you guys when you are in the continent to give us some content, even though not to be invasive with people's privacy, but you guys also have a lot of influence on like what is online or on TV. So we also get a lot of information from each other in that way because I'm not sure about other African countries, but in South Africa, we watch a lot of American content. so we can even learn about our continent that we didn't know about through your content.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, I think she's right. Like it's it's very important that us Africans and African Americans kind of like come together, you know. We can be in each other's chat. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's African Americans live today. Let's go and watch and just listen to what they're saying. Oh, it's Africans live
Mm-hmm.
today. Let's go and watch and listen to what Gambians are saying. We need to be together. We need to be on each other's live, you know,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
share
Yes.
ideas, you know, learn from each other. Like gone are the days when we just used to sneak around and, you know, be at the back listening and then go and laugh at them, you know. Gone are those days. We need to be
Wow.
together, be in each other's life. That's why I'm always on everyone's life. As long as I see you live, I'm like, okay, let me, even if I don't know, even if I don't stay long, I just, you know, let you know that, hey, I'm here for a few minutes, you know. And doing that is like building unity. So we can never do better than that, can we?
No,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's about.
Okay, that's
Unity.
all I wanted.
Unity.
It's a
That's all I wanted to talk
responsibility that
about.
we go ahead.
No, I was saying that I'm going off. I'll join you guys on YouTube because that's all I wanted to talk about. So
Thank
other
you,
people
sis.
Thank
can
you.
speak.
Thanks, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, we have South Africa here, we have Gambia, we have African American. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I can't
Haiti
ask Re
represent,
Empire. Like,
Haiti represent. Y'all call everybody African American. Y'all get it together. Haiti, look, any Haitians out there, Sakpase, they be leaving us
okay, we
out.
have Haiti here.
But I wanted to echo what our South African sister said with this. We hold a responsibility to our ancestors, both ancestors, the ones that came from, the ones that was taken across the oceans, and the ones that never left and was born on the continent. We hold responsibility to our ancestors to unite, because this was us separating was not our own doing. So it's important that we unite. Responsibility to our ancestors, both ancestors, the ones that came from, the ones that was taken across the ocean, the ones that never left and was. Jahari, you might have another screen up. Responsibility to our ancestors to unite, because this was us separating was not our own doing.
Hello.
Hey, Jahari.
Hi.
Hi,
Jahari.
guys.
How are
Hi,
you?
how you doing? Hi,
Good,
panel.
good.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
hello, Queen.
Hey. Sorry,
Hey.
I just finished praying, so I'm a little woo, but in the spirit. But yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, Sammy and panel, I love these conversations. It's a little obsession of mine now, the YouTube movement, the African movement, but I love it because I think, I grew up with a culture of each one teach one, and I don't know everything about Africa, but I did, grow up with a lot of African as friends, through school, from a young child into my adult life. And I've always loved you guys, like even today on the Happy Companions channel, just listen to you guys speak your languages. I have no clue what you're saying, but to me, it's just a beautiful thing to hear, and that's what I think that growing up as a child, with, and Gina can, back me up on this. Growing up as a child, from like the West Indies, the Caribbean, etc., and listening to like Rastafarians talk about Mama Africa and, like the different, tones in the drum and all that kind of stuff, for me is like a love language that I've never experienced before on a real true level. And I think my reason for wanting to go home to Africa is hearing that all my life, that, Mama Africa, Mama Africa, Mama Africa. And don't get me wrong, I love, the fact that my family are from heritage of Cuba and Jamaica, and I love those places. But my heart and my soul, I feel, belongs to Africa, and I want to go home and be home with my people, and you help me, because I'm going to need a lot of help, you know what I'm saying, in so many different areas. And I can sit here and honestly say that, but I also want to give of myself as well, you know, give my time, whatever, you know, resources I have, whatever I can offer in terms of, you know, like help. I want to do that, and vice versa. So I'm excited, you know, I'm truly excited. I was on my way to visit family, friends in Cape Town this year, and the flights got cancelled because of the COVID. But that was going to be my breakout, you know what I'm saying, to see a part of Africa. And then I always said that I wanted to travel to the other places like Ghana, like Gambia, etc., to visit friends and family and just see it for myself, you know, with my own eyes. And I'm working on that. And I also had a conversation with my boss today about how I can work remotely so I can spend a bit more time, you know, in Africa, other than, you know, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And she's, you know, considering it. She never said yes, but she's considering it. And, you know, I work for somebody that's fair. I think it's more a case of, if I do it for you, then I've got to do it for everybody else. But I put it out there, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just about, you know, showing love and respect and adoration for you guys, because I love you, like, guys, you know, like, and I think what you have to offer me is more than what I have to offer you, I feel. And that's just my opinion. And I haven't done my DNA yet, but I am working on that, you know, just building the finance to do it. And as soon as I do that, I'll be even more excited, you know, to find out. Because I do know that the core of my heritage is Maroon. So it's going to be interesting to see how far back, you know what I'm saying, that lineage goes. So that's my 2 cents for today. But I love you all. And I love what, you know, I got such respect for all of you guys on the panel, what you guys bring to the table, the education that we're getting. I'm even sharing it with my family, because I, you know, like I speak to Donnie, you know, my King Donnie, all the time about, we might be the bad seed, you know, that's going to run out of the home and show our families that they need to leave. You know what I'm saying? We might be the ones that actually have to school our families, you know, on becoming, you know, waking up a bit, you know what I'm saying, to the reality of we're not wanted here, you know, in the West. It's going to take some time to heal and have them here, you know. Some family members, you're going to have to show them, because they're not interested in hearing what you've got to say. You're going to have to show them, you know what I'm saying? And some of my family members, it's taken a long time for them to even listen to me, you know, just to hear my conversation. So I'm grateful for all the food that you nourish me with. You know, I sat down a couple of days this week and broke bread with the Happy Companion and the Melanated Mosley, and I just am so grateful for our brothers, you know, our kings, that allow us to be open and honest about how we feel as women, you know, because I went in deep on them a little bit. You know, I might not get another seat at the table for how deep I went for my sisters. But it was good, you know what I mean? It was good and it was healthy, you know, and I'm grateful that they allow us to, you know, be open and honest. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for allowing me to come on the channel. Sammy, we love you, man. Like, we love you. We love Lamin. We love all the guys that are giving us. I'm gonna stay tuned, because if you have Renee come on, I'd like to hear what's going on with that. But let me step out and let somebody else come in and have a chance to vibe with you guys. Happy Friday, everybody. And blessings to you. Blessings to you.
Yeah.
Blessings to you. One love. One love.
One love. We are one.
Yeah, put Renee on and brother RE. I forgot his name. No problem. I have no problem. Trust me. We all good. We all family.
I'm gonna drop out.
We all family right here, man.
Can I defend continental Africans?
I'm gonna drop out too, so somebody else can come in.
I'd like to add that a lot of continental Africans do see what is wrong with Africa, and they are trying to change some of the things that are happening in Africa. I would just like to say that when Africans usually complain about Africa, like their own African country, they'll complain in their language. So there are channels that are just based in the African language where they speak bad about the leaders, they speak bad about current events. So I don't want people to think that Africans aren't aware or they're not aware of what's going on. It's that due to this fear of not wanting Mzungus to know what they're talking about, they would rather keep it and protect it and say it in their own language. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. We have Renee here, but Re-Empire, I don't know what's wrong with your thing, but for some reason I can't add you just like the way I'm adding some people. I don't know. It's not showing me up to stream. So I don't know. Maybe you should take another phone or a touchpad if you have that. Okay. Hi, Renee. Why are we
Hi,
not seeing your
Sammy.
face? Get your
Because
face
I'm
in
not
here.
ready for a live. I'm just here to support you, really, just to say thank you for doing this.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
I am so proud of you and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And seeing you do this to basically get everyone unite, it's amazing. Absolutely. Because this is what we need, the positive vibe. And you doing this, it's going to help a lot to learn from their mistakes and move forward. So we are listening, we're watching, and we're learning.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad everybody is happy to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Especially Gina.
Hey, Renee.
Hi, Gina.
I wanted to give her an opportunity to come in and, say hi at first before I start blabbing. I know all of y'all be thinking I interrupt a lot. It's probably not gonna stop. It's a part of my personality. You gotta love me. Just love me, just the way I am.
No,
Okay.
we love you. We love you, Gina.
It's good. It's good for the likes, y'all. But that being said, Renee, I want to take an opportunity to apologize to you, not because of anything per se that I did, but because of all the heat that you caught when it was happening. All the heat that you the fact that you were angry, and it seemed like everyone, and I'm not speaking on my behalf because I really wasn't that person. I was never in that place, and I made that clear to you before. But I want you, because you see, when things happen to people in public, as a family, we need to clear it up in public. You can't go hard on a family member in public, and then when it's time to say, we're sorry you had to go through that you whisper it. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of, and your response to something ugly was not the nicest, but it was what was needed at that time. And so I want to thank you for stepping up how you did. I want you to also understand that the intention of one individual was never the intention of all of us. And sometimes people hear the negative more than they hear the positive. Although there was a lot of us screaming, "Stop! This isn't right." It seemed like the focus was on the negative. So I'm happy. I wanted to also ask you to come back because I was taking my little lessons. You were giving those lessons and you stopped. You and Sammy, I go to my Mandinka lessons with her, and then I come to you. And so let's just get back to what you're supposed to be doing, and hopefully you could start having more more diasporans, because a lot of people say African Americans and leave the rest of us out.
Yes.
Yes, we
On your
actually
channel
do.
as well. We're family. We're one.
We are.
I'd like to see you come on my channel and introduce you to my people. It's time that we should come together, and we should clear this misunderstanding, and whatever ugly that was trying to happen, I want us to do it together, to put it together.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I truly appreciate it. Well, since I took a break from YouTube, I have received quite a lot of emails regarding people asking me to come back, people apologizing, people wanting me to say something because just to break the silence, which I'm not going to talk about that because I've said it from the beginning that Running Marcos is about basically Gambia, and I won't talk about nothing apart from Gambia. And I don't think I deserve an apology because I didn't do it for people to come back and say, oh, Renee, you're a star, or Renee, this, that. No, I just want to show you guys the positiveness about my country. Before you talk about the country, study the country first. So if someone is to say, sorry, Renee, for what has happened, no, I want people to come out there and say, sorry, Gambia, because they didn't do it to me alone. They did it to my people, and I stood up for my people. You know, if you say something about Gambians, you hurt Renee. So it has nothing to do with me regarding what's been going on, the mockery that people has been doing about Renee. It really does not affect me in any way because I come out stronger, better anytime I see people do that, because I know that they've been affected by what I'm doing. That's the reason why, because the people doing that are way older than me. Renee, she's only 25. So people doing that to me are old enough to be my grandparents or my mother. So I will never, ever react to that. But touch Gambia, that's when you will see the true colors of Rene Marcos, because I stand for my country, I stand for my people, and I represent Gambia. So the only time you will see Rene pop out with that boldness, it's when you talk about Gambia. And talking about Rene coming back, yes, I will come back. I just needed a break because with the whole drama going on YouTube, and I've got my own personal thing going on, but I'm ready. I'm all heat up now. I've got stuff for you guys, and I'll be back soon.
I also wanted to say this because I'm happy that you're confident in Renee, but it's also important that you're confident in not just Renee in Gambia, because what's going to happen in Gambia is there are quite a few of us coming. And be it that you see us as Gambians or not, we're going to be family because we're going to be in Gambia. So what's going to be important, and I think what is important for unity for our people, you know, is to remove contrast. When I say contrast, I mean, you know, I'm happy that you're coming back because you see, I was worried. I said, you know, I didn't email you, I didn't reach out, but I definitely asked about you because I was like, you know, I hope all of this didn't put you in a position of, you know, like I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Oh no.
I could definitely see that you love your people. But what's going to be more important than anything moving forward is that we learn to love all of our people, because we're truly divided, and this right here is a great example of how divided we are.
Exactly. And talking of you being a Gambian or not to basically come to Gambia, the thing is, in Gambia, the minute you step your feet on the Gambian soil, everyone says to you, welcome back home. They don't care whether you're Gambian or not. They say to you straight away, welcome back home. Just that welcome back home makes you feel connected to the people, makes you feel loved. And Gambia is actually the smiling coast of Africa. Everyone just smiles at you with that beautiful smile and that warmed welcome. You already feel like you're basically home. So you don't have to have a Gambian passport to basically feel like, okay, now I'm Gambian. As long as you accept the people, know that these are actually your family, these are your people, then you're Gambian. Unless you want to show people, hey, no, I'm not Gambian, I'm American, or I'm British, I'm not part of your culture, then people will see you as an American. But if you show people that you're actually Gambian, then we will see you as Gambian. We will see you as one. That's how Gambians work.
And that's why I'm going. That's why I'm going home.
You know what, everybody? Hey, I've been getting a lot of on the chat room. Everybody saying hello to me. You know, THC, man. Much love to all you guys, all the Gambian family here, man. Had a wonderful time there. Like I said, I'm looking forward. I'll be there in a very short time, very, very short time. And guess what? Then I post a video about it. I don't like to let everybody know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But when I get there, I'm gonna have some chicken yassi, whatever you got, like chicken stew and stuff. So I'm gonna be grubbing. But hello to you, sister Renee, and everybody on the panel. I never met you, never talked to you, but much love to you, sister, and much love to all the Gambians. Much love to everybody. Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Any
Thank you,
questions for
Miss
me?
Renee. Thank you, Miss Renee. And if you, of course, if you have questions for Happy Companion, Gina, the so-called
Yeah.
Haitian,
Yes, African, Mandinka,
and African
Mende,
millennial, I just
Yoruba.
want to say, I want to say one
Yeah.
thing. You know, even if it's not Renee, like I see Renee as a very a young girl. I am also a young girl, but a little bit older than Renee. And I used to sit and say, you know, I can do more than what Renee did. So during the heat of the moment, anybody could do what she did. You know, for some reason, her video was not even intended to go viral because she was just an upcoming YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens. A video you don't expect to be viral is what goes viral. Because people like drama, and a video that you struggle so hard to make, editing and stuff like that, you probably are not even gonna make a lot of views on it. People don't care about it because it is not their interest. It is not drama in there, so they're like, I'm not gonna watch that. But then when you make such videos, people start sharing it and contradicting you. But I would just say at the heat of the moment, anybody could do what she did. If I was to come here and, you know, start going to the west side of Columbus, you know, taking pictures and all that, people are going to attack me. People are going to be like, is she mad? Who the hell she thinks she is? So this could happen to anybody. And it's not intended to go viral or get views on it or get subscribers on it. But it was a response to somebody else. And let me tell you that that response even took a while before people noticed it. Because I didn't even know that that video was out. You know what I'm saying? Until I saw Renee's response. That's when I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go watch it. And this is so on and so forth. This is how a lot of people found out about it. And then it boom, you know, both channels started going viral. Everybody wants to know what the problem is. But this is something that could happen to anybody. And let me tell you something. I can be worse than Renee. Like, if I'm hurt, I just say things the way it is. My response video, I'm gonna tell you now, I edited a lot of stuff from that video because I like to watch my videos first before I post it. And because when I do that, I realize maybe I generalize a lot here. Let me remove that, you know. So that's what I do because I just wanted to be on the safe side. So I'll be like, maybe I insulted them all here. I gotta take that off, and that's not fair. So, but if you're so angry and you post videos, sometimes things like this might happen, you know, because Renee might even say, you all Black Americans, and at the end of the day, she might be like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have said that, you know.
Yeah.
So there's no need to be angry.
That's true.
Need to be angry and be too dramatic.
That's true because I did watch my video because I did edited it. But then after uploading the video, because just like you say, I wasn't expecting that video to just go. I started reading the comments. Then I realized the words that I was actually saying. Then I understood, okay, I was angry. Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way because that's how a lot of African Americans actually thought, oh, Renee actually hates us, when that wasn't the case. But then at the same time, I was happy that they felt that way because I wanted every follower of that specific person to understand how Gambians felt when they did something like that to Gambians. But it's not made intentionally to say, hey, I hate you, because moving forward, all my videos, I'm actually there promoting Gambia, educating people about my culture, about my country, about what to expect when you go into Gambia, what not to expect, and things like that. So if you keep saying Renee hates African Americans, where are you getting that information from at the end of the day? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sammy, Numtuda, I wanted to say something before Renee goes. Literally, I'm glad you're here. Renee is here. I'm here, and we're all Gambian YouTubers. And the thing I am happy about is we're all Gambian YouTubers living in the diaspora. And the backlash we get a lot is, oh, why are you people even talking about Gambia? You're not doing anything for your country. You don't even live in the Gambia. Like, when I hear that stupidness, I'm like, how could someone be so stupid to open their mouth to say that? No matter where we are in this world, the fact that we are Gambian, it does not change. No matter where we are. And the truth is, not every Gambian is confident enough, or not every Gambian is running a YouTube channel or a content creator. And not every Gambian is on social media. We needed to come out and talk so that the people back home would know. Some of them would be like, oh, what have you been doing for your country? I, for example, I have a business back home. I don't come to my channel and talk about my business and all of that. But I can do a breakdown of how I started it. Some of you that wants to go to Gambia and start your business, how I pay my tax, KM, the Carnival Municipal Council and all of that. But they will see you talking and they will start judging you. One of my videos, I did say, not every Gambian lives in a hut. Not every Gambian back home is poor, because what they do is when they want to sort our mouth, they use the advantage of, oh, you're not a Gambian. Before you talk about Gambia, go back home first and live in the Gambia. I did say on one of my videos that in Wolof we said Bantalumiaga si gauge du munaton to Jesit. No matter how long a stick stays in a river, it can never change to a crocodile. The fact that if you lot are sitting there and being proud of saying, oh, okay, I'm an African American, I belong to Africa. How about we that, for example, me that was born and raised in Gambia, I came to UK 5 years ago. So I'm telling you, Rene and me, don't let that stop you from talking, because I get those comments a lot. That's why one of my videos, I said, you're jealous. Because I said to some of them, you guys want to have a Gambian passport and you can't. And some of them was
I've
like,
watched that video.
yeah. And some of them were, you shouldn't be saying that. Because we are standing for our country and they hate seeing us standing for our country. Man, I don't, like, for example, I had one of the guy here said, oh, why Gambia? He said, oh, my spirit, everything about me tells me Gambia. I had that feeling in 2010. I wanted to travel to one of the African countries, and my feelings, everything about me said Sierra Leone. I bought my ticket and went to Sierra Leone for 1 week. So the same thing happens to other people. So I'm telling you and Sammy, like for me, like Rene, when you did your video, I had to send it to Safi and said, listen to this. I said, something is happening in Gambia, and they're putting Gambia on the map for the wrong reason. Why? Why do they have to do that? Why do they have to come out and insult us? And when I listened to the video, Safi break it down, because I didn't want to listen, because I know I'm short-tempered and most of Gambians are. When I listened to the videos, I said to Safi, you know what? I have to say something. Like Sammy said, when I did my video, I said, you African Americans, I generalized it. And Safi had to call me and said, no, you shouldn't do that. I said, these people. Okay, I said, these people. And they hated the fact that I called them these people. And I said, wow. Like Rene just said, I was happy that it hit most of you guys. I'm not gonna be here pretending as if I was not happy, because that's what I wanted to do. Because you guys, the people that were coming for us, literally insulted the whole Gambia. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say these people. So when I said these people, I literally hurt so many people. So many people were saying, oh, you shouldn't have said that. I said, no, but come on. If you come for us, we come for you guys. And the thing is, I will say again, I love the fact that we are here today. And Gina, you said something, you said, the negativity, they bring so many negativity about Africans and Americans. That's why this platform is good. I said, no. Do you know what Art and how B1 Group did? They brought us together.
Exactly.
Yes, they did us a favor, because I wouldn't have been sitting here talking to you, and I wouldn't have been sitting here telling you guys how I felt. I wouldn't have been sitting here like in a platform talking about African Americans. I would have done some other contents about my YouTube channel, So I think like in every negativity, if you look at it, there's a little bit of positivity. And this is the time that when they come with their videos, you can contact me or Sammy and say, you know what, this is wrong. Let's come out and condemn it. And you know something? Do you guys see something? Do you guys observe? They've been quiet because we've been coming left, right, and center, talking about positive things and coming together. I said it on my video, what a group can do, one individual cannot do. So let's come together. Let's fight it. When I did my 9 minutes video for Kwesi, no matter how late it was, the next minute I knew the video was put down. We can fight it and we can come together. Yes, let's do it.
True.
Angie, I was when this whole thing happened, I think the first time I saw a video, the first thing I did was I started looking for Gambian channels. And y'all would see me. You saw me. I was in a chick comment. Hi, family.
I know.
She was trolling.
When you have to come in quiet, you have to crawl in. You can't really just jump in. So I would say, leave little comments. Say I really enjoyed this, very informative. And I know you guys, you were looking at it. At first, you didn't even say like, you didn't even hit the heart, the comments. And then little by little, I saw people coming on my channel to sneak in to look. And eventually people got to go. I think Sammy was the first one that took the first dive and said she started talking because the conversations got juicy on the channel. So she did, but okay. So that being said, there was a lot of us that was feeling that way, because I'm Caribbean and because I understand the culture and because I come from the poorest country on earth right now, Haiti. I was able to understand how you felt because a lot of times people come into your culture and they don't understand half of what they see.
Yeah.
And they go back and they have all these comments to make and they, and it embarrasses you. It humiliates you because you're proud of where you come from. Even though Haiti's the poorest country, it's got the most beautiful people in it. And the food, oh my God, it's so delicious. I think we make the best jollof rice. But we'll talk about.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm not gonna agree to that. No.
We'll talk about
Who
that.
told you that?
With that being
You better-
said,
You better ask Happy Companion that.
I feel like you. I feel like everything that happened. I feel like we'll see about that when I get to the Gambia. We could do a contest. There's no problem. I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready for that?
Yes, I'm ready. Matter of fact, when I get to the Gambia, I will see you. I am ready.
Okay, that's fine.
We can do a cooking contest and see. Let somebody else taste. I am ready. But what I was saying is that I really think that our ancestors, like I will keep saying it, the ones that stayed on the continent and gave birth to you guys and the ones that their children, because some of those people that were taken away were their daughters, their wives, their husbands. I truly believe that they're bringing us back together and they use this ugly situation to do it. And we have to keep in mind that most beautiful things come from a very ugly situation. Have you ever seen somebody give birth? That's the most, oh my God, it's the hardest thing that you could witness. But what you get from it is beautiful. So I truly believe that, I wouldn't want to go through it again. To have another Art Kathy, we could do without that for a couple of years, but I truly would go through it again just to have an opportunity. When I first started my channel and you started coming, and then I had, a couple of other brothers from Nigeria, from Kenya, but it's not just about us that wants to come to the Gambia and connecting with Gambians. It should be all of Africa connecting because we have so much in common. There's so much love. They came and they divided us. They colonialized us and they divided us and caused all these lines to separate everybody, but we're all one people. And we have to learn that we are one again. I'm so happy. You don't understand. When I went to I think IG's page, your page first, when you did that one thing when you was hitting the pillow, I couldn't stop laughing. I said, you know what? These people are just like us. You're saying that you're nothing like us. We are just like you. You have good people, you have bad people. You have people that you want to hit, and you have those that you just want to grab and kiss. It's the same people, man. Same people.
Good. True stuff.
Anyways, guys, I have to go now, but thank you so much for this.
Thanks for coming through,
Bye, Queen of Gambia.
Thank
I look
you.
forward to my Wolof lessons. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, sister. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Listen, I don't know why I did not contact. I don't know why I did not contact Akati to join. That would be fun.
That would be nice.
That would be fun. Listen,
your channel would probably have 1 million people. Right? She's in hiding.
I'm telling you,
Greetings.
all her 30,000 subscribers are gonna come to me, and I'll be like, oh.
She's in
You know,
Oh
Guinea-Bissau
I
man.
said
right
this
now.
before. I'm like, if it has to be bad to be good, so be it. Like I just said, like I would not have known like you guys, Happy Companion, Gina, and all these other African American. I would not have known all of you. But now, see, it was one little bad thing that is bringing all of us together,
Thank you,
and
Art
I
Kathy.
think that's
Thank
a
you.
blessing. Exactly. Thank you. That's a blessing. No matter how angry we are, we just have to accept the fact that she brought us together. Even
Yeah.
some Gambians, because I don't even know some Gambian YouTubers. It's because of her. When I saw everybody responding, I'm like, oh, that's a Gambian YouTuber. Hi, I'm a Gambian sister, also a YouTuber, and we started communicating. So
Yeah.
she did not only bring us and African Americans together, but even us Gambians alone. She brought us together.
Maybe she did what
That's
she
just the
said she
fact.
was gonna do. She said she was gonna fix Gambia. Well, maybe she fixed it.
She fixed it a little
Greetings.
bit.
Thank you, Art.
Oh my gosh.
Greetings, family. Can I contribute something? Like I just have a little time. I just wanted to contribute because I see you guys are having a very wonderful discussion that I wanted to contribute since. But I was so eager to join you guys there. So I say salam alaikum to Happy Companion, Sister Gina, and my sister there, Aisha too. Sumo.
Hi, Sia, man.
Hey.
Yeah. Um. Anyway, I'm a Gambian. I'm a Gambian also like based in Europe, but I've been watching these dramas and I've been watching this YouTube beefing and all of stuff like that. But the problem was like what I realized is that people are taking Africa like for granted, like a kind of playground. So, but they don't know we have something, some kind of spirituality, which is very, very strong, in which when you're trying to play with it, you're going to doom yourself. You are going
Mhm.
back there to learn the ancient life. What we are living here in the West is all fake because they are having fast life, fast food, fast everything. Then everything that's going to happen here is going to be fast. They are in Africa, like we got everything that's supposed to be accordingly. You understand? So I can still remember what my granddad used to tell me before. He said, look at it now. The world is moving faster because the technology is getting higher. You understand? So when we look at their situation in those days, they live longer than us because they follow the steps of the ancestors. So they use herbs and all of stuff like that. And that's what we are reserving right there in Africa. So if people came back there in Africa, seeing people reserving all of those stuff like that, and they yet still wanted to honorate Africans, they don't know the reason why we are keeping those stuff like that. And they just try to play with their life because the ancestors are the one guiding, trying to wait for each children to come back and continue with the process. Because if not, knowledge cannot be passed. You understand? So this was the thing. Because before, when I see Academy misbehaving in you, I was like, oh my God, what's happened to this guy? She don't know where she is. Come on, you just have to, use your brain. You get back there, try to understand. There's so much secrets that are there that you need to learn before you start beefing or giving names to people. So, well, I was angry at my sisters. I said there is no YouTuber who's just like trying to address this issue. But later, when I realized that people are coming out, I was so happy. I was like, yeah, let's see what's gonna come out later on. But one thing I wanted to say for African American, like we are all families. I mean, these little things have brought some unity for my own aspect. Like what I'm just seeing, like this thing have brought a unity because these bad people just wanted to destroy everything. Now here the good people are trying to fight it back, and we're gonna fix it back again. Because that little Gambia you see over there is a peaceful land. Ever since somebody was telling me that do not allow people to discover this country. Once they discover it, they will destroy it. It's a peaceful country whereby you can go and relax and have a peaceful mind. This land is a meditational land. If you go there, you can meditate peacefully. So right now, everything is about to spoil, but I believe with the power of God and all of you people, when you combine together and information spread out, sending good messages out there, I think everything will be fixed back again. And I'm so happy that I'm seeing the families uniting and Happy Companion. You're welcome back, brother. Gina, you got your home right there. We are all citizens and we are all the children of the motherland. We wanted to see you back there enjoying your life and make sure we put the nation back up to there, like up to the higher level that it used to be before. Yeah,
Yes.
Africa used to be on the top and yet still is going to be on the top, despite the fact that these bad people
It's
are
still
coming
on the
down there.
top. It's still
Yeah,
on the
we're
top.
gonna be
It's taking
there.
care of
That's
everybody else.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
That's where the,
it's taking care of everybody else, all the other countries, but we're about to take care of ourselves.
That's
exactly.
true.
That's where the story start before, and it's gonna end in like we're gonna end our story in Africa because all these white people still now. There's one thing that what one white man told me, a friend of me, he told me, "Do you know why you people are not rich?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Because you people you don't have underground agenda." I said, "But how? Tell me why." He told me, yeah. He said, you guys don't have any underground agenda because us, what we used to do, we wanted to develop, we go down there underground agenda without any media. This is what we decided to do. And this is what we're going to, later on, when you see the result out, we start explaining, but not everything. But you African, you voice out your futures before you start digging the ground. So when we
Yeah.
understand this thing, we buy everything on that because we are dealing direct with your leaders. If you don't have a good leader, then your nation will not work.
And
So
they are
these
the
are the
biggest
reason
enemies.
why.
They are
That's
our
it.
biggest enemies. The leaders are our biggest enemies because
And they,
I
they
don't
are
know, they
working
always get bought.
they are working for them because
Don't
whenever
worry.
the leaders have a problem, they rush into Europe to get themselves prepared, to get themselves cured. While you have the nation, you are leading the nation. Why can't you provide all those facilities, hospitals? I mean, you promote doctors, good payments, all those things. You can settle there in your own country. But like they have everything right here. Their banking system, everything is right here. So that is the underground that the white people are talking about. When they need something from us, they just go direct to the leaders and they buy our information, buy our resources, buy us, and they'll come back and sit down and start laughing at us, saying, look at these people, they are planning, they don't know we have already bought their plans. Sometimes we need to have those kind of underground agendas whereby we can meet and sit down without media. These are the
But
things
this
that can
is
able
where
to
it
move
begins.
Africa ahead.
But
Exactly,
this is
brother.
where it begins, baby. This is where it begins, my brother. We
Yeah.
have to start talking first. We have to heal. We have to learn to trust. And once we do that, we're going to be the most powerful people on earth.
Yeah.
And there is one day I heard a Chinese man was trying to discover something about Africa. He's still watching what is happening in Africa, and yet still is trying to tell me that, yeah, I can now realize why we Chinese are moving in Africa because there's a lot of potentiality. I tell him, why are you people still following Africa? He said, because Africa contains the world.
That's it.
So it is very difficult for us to liberate ourselves because we have about 4 forces fighting against one nation.
Okay.
So we need the brilliance, not the one that are just jumping and shouting without doing anything. We need the brilliant people like you. We need people who will help and educate, who will put those information out there to help move the country forward, the nation at large.
We need
So
each other. We need each other.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
brother, and like I said,
yeah,
I mean, interrupt. Like a lot of my friends I grew up with in school and stuff, and I've been showing them the blogging. They never know about African. They're African Americans, brother. They don't know anything about it. They're my age, nearly 50 years old, and when they
wow,
see this stuff, they're like, "Wow." They're so changed. Their heart is changed because
wow,
we are being so brainwashed against going to Africa. And when I was going back in the early 2000s, people were like, "Why you want to go there? Africa? What's man? You don't know. Ain't nothing in there, but people, this and that. I'm like, I'm going. I got a call and I'm going to go." And then this last
wow,
time in the Gambia was so beautiful. I said, you know what? Like I said, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I know how I felt. I know what I saw. And I said, you know
yeah,
what? I felt at home there. I feel more. When I came back, I felt a whole stress back on my shoulders again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but
wow,
when I was there, it was just, I want to go back. When I go back, I am going. I'm just saying, I'm going back, but I'm going in peace. I'm going in peace. No,
yeah,
I'm not causing any problems. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm here to be with my people. And when I looked around, you can saw my vlogging. I'm vlogging with different people from the Gambia. You know what I'm saying? They were open to me to talk to me. I'm like, wow, I was feeling so humble with that. And there's a lot of things that you probably haven't seen behind. I mean, that's only 10 minutes of a video. I mean, that's 24 hours in a day that I was talking and going to the shops, talking and sitting down, eating and things like that. A lot of people didn't see that. But I'm gonna try to do that more when I get back. Okay, so you guys can see
yeah.
some more of that. All right.
Thank you very much, brother. All
I
right,
mean,
guys. I'm gonna leave you now. I'm about to continue my research. I think I will catch up on. Let me just say one of your shows. Thank you very much for inviting me, my sister.
Thank you, Spear. But if you don't
Black
see
Power.
us, you will see Gina. You will
Yeah,
see Happy Companion. These are the three people that own YouTube now.
Peace, brother.
I'll be on tomorrow, guys.
But
Gotta
then,
respond
see,
to
I said
Happy
it. Didn't I
Companion
tell you
stuff.
guys? I told you. So we'll be on there tomorrow. Okay. And we have Mohammed. Mohammed, thank you for joining in.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I just want to drop some few things. Yeah, it's a good thing, this trending right now with the internet, what's going on with YouTube too. You guys are doing a lot of good things for Africa, and because it's something that has never been done before. I know we have a lot of hiccups when we're passing information around. So yeah, keep up the good work. I just want to let know everybody, Africa is a big continent, and we need to do a lot of researches. Everybody picks their own stories in terms of religion and what they when they talk about religion, because but one thing they don't understand is that slavery started in East Africa.
Oh, yeah.
So Egypt was the first country, going down to Sudan, some of it in Ethiopia. So
Where
the
you
reason
from?
why,
Are you from East Africa?
yeah, I'm from Ethiopia.
Okay. Nice to have you.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, so the
That
reason why
explains. Go ahead. I was
the
gonna say
reason
that
why
explains the Kikuyu in my DNA. I was wondering. I thought slaves were from West Africa, but then I have like 8% Kikuyu, and I'm like, what the heck? Where did that come from?
you do look like Kikuyu. I'm telling you, if you go to Kenya right now, they won't tell the difference unless you speak.
Mm. Oh wow.
So the reason why it went to West Africa is because of Islam. Islam, when the empires became bigger, they were controlling the Nile. So when Portuguese took back, when they took back some of their territories in Spain, they had to use the West Africa route, going to South Africa, because they were trying to go to India because they were doing a lot of trades. So because the Egyptians and the Ottoman empires were controlling the Red Sea, they had to use another route to go to India. So that's how they ended up finding out that there's West Africa on the other side.
Wow.
And on the course of going through that, and that's how Christopher Columbus got lost when he was heading to India, and he ended up in America. So religion it's a personal thing for a lot of people in Africa. Usually you will see a lot of crisis with that. But one thing that I see a lot is that they call those regions that don't have, the majorities are Christians and other, they will call them sub-Saharan Africans, and the ones that in the north, Egypt, Tunisia, like Libya and other countries, they will call them they want to combine them with the Middle East. So it's funny how things were. Even now, when you book a travel thing or when you go online and trying to ship something to Africa, always Middle East and Africa, it's in the same box. It's a funny thing because
can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, Brother Muhammad. Salaam alaikum. I just want to say, I think, that idea of North Africa and South Africa, probably East and West, also is a concept of Western ideology and Western racism.
Yes.
Because I don't think of us as Africans, we even thought about ourselves in terms of maybe ancient times Egypt, with the pyramids in Egypt and pyramids in Sudan. The pyramids in Sudan were from the Nubians. And the ones in Egypt, actually, thousands of years ago, they wanted to be like the Nubian kings and queens. There's even archaeology.
They were following the same footsteps,
They were following the Nubian kings and queens in their hairstyle, in their and things like that. But I think this more current idea that sub-Saharan Africa is Black people, and North Africa is in Arab. I think that's an Western ideology that Western foreigners
Yes.
have imposed on us, and we have
Everything is
adopted.
Western. Even our borders. Our borders are you can find tribes are divided within the same border line. Every African country you go to, there's Maasai in Kenya, there's Maasai in Tanzania. You find Somalia in Kenya and Somalia in Somalia, and then Somalia in Ethiopia.
Kenya and the cousins Dinka in South Sudan. So the same
And then
people, they just
Dinkas in Sudan too. Yes. So
yeah, and Oroma,
Wait, who's talking? Who's
Go ahead.
talking now?
I'm sorry, this is Esman the African. Hello.
Oh, okay. I think two people were talking at the same time, right?
Yes, yeah, we were just talking, me and my brother Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum, people. Thanks for having me on your channel.
Okay, thank you, Esman. Welcome.
Thank you. No, I was just saying, I don't really know what the topic is today, but thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. It's I love anytime, you know, Black people are talking about Africa. I just want to jump on and chime in as well. There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know, we have to stop. I want to talk about this topic of Westernization on Africa and the positive and negative impacts. And I think there's probably been more negative impacts. And we really need to think about that in terms of our future and find ways to come up with our own solutions to our own problems. And, you know, however we can contribute to technology and social, cultural ideologies, we need to have our own concepts of social and cultural ideologies and not really mimic and copy the West. Because if you look at what's happening in Africa right now, we have adopted Western ideologies and it's really destroying and we're losing our own identity. So I think
Absolutely.
we have to be cognizant of that.
I agree.
yeah. But it's one tough thing, but it will take all of us, especially those people who are exposed outside Africa. Like there's a lot of things we learned when we arrived here. And you know, I'm in Canada right now. I've been here almost 6 years. So there's a lot of things you come here and you will understand how things work, especially around the world. And in Africa, a lot of things of ours, even with the government and everything, is being adopted. Nothing of ours has been created from our own people, what they have and what they've been using, how to control themselves, rule themselves. Nothing has been copied, nothing. Everything is being imported. Even our independence, if you look at it, all of them, they all signed with the chief commissioner who was in charge of the colony, all of them, except Ethiopia. And you see what the king did. He went and made sure all the first African countries that got independence, they all sat down and signed for it. So our independence, first of all, we didn't declare. We were fighting for it, but they just signed it and gave it to us. So everything, even our laws and how we govern ourselves. That's why a lot of times when you can come out of school and how you live your life within the country. So when you finish and you join laws, it's a lot difficult for a lot of people to relate to this kind of things. So it's tough thing, but a lot of us are outside right now coming back and we'll build it in terms of its system. It's going to change within the next 20 years. And even within the Western world right now, they're breaking up because this monetary system is falling. Yeah, their credit system is not.
The whole capitalism thing is a lie. But what I wanted to say is really sad that a lot of people were leaving Africa, our youth. You know, it's been happening over generations. They leave Africa thinking that Western countries are better, Europe, America. And a lot of them, especially Kenyans, I know a lot of Kenyans here in America who, after they come here, they really struggle. And a lot of them wish they didn't come. They get into problems with the law. They get in problems with drugs, domestic violence because of they're adopting the culture here. Whereas, you know, the men, they want their women to kind of, you know, fulfill their role that they would have fulfilled back home. So a lot of like domestic disputes because they're in a different context, a different country. So a lot of them feel like, I wish I didn't leave. And I feel sad when I hear about like the migrants drowning in the sea, Mediterranean, they want to go to Europe. Like they're risking everything to go for like a false dream, I think, in sometimes. Whereas maybe if they stayed in Africa and worked hard or took advantage of whatever little opportunity, it may help to build up Africa. And I have a lot of cousins back home who they never left Kenya and they're really doing well. They have big houses and everything like that. And, they have bigger houses than me. So that just goes to show you that you don't have to leave Africa to make life in Africa. And you don't have to go to college either, because some of my cousins, they have big houses and they never went to college. But I think if you just work hard, whatever opportunities you have, instead of risking your life. And I feel sad to see the migrants drowning in the Mediterranean, or they come to Europe and America and they lose their identity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all about, and everything we see about Western world is through the movies and Hollywood. So buildings and the cars, friend who might travel and send with his car, it might look good. So you would wish for those kind of things. And about mindset, a lot of people now know to travel and come back to the country. So a lot of people are getting information right now, and what's going on with YouTube, a lot of people are watching and they're understanding how things go. So that's why I support this YouTube thing. It's the only opportunity that we got right now, because me not show Africa its good side, its opportunity, all that. They'll always show you. It's funny thing. I went all here and I found a picture from Kenya. I've been to that place, and that picture was way long time before even I was there. That picture I used to see it when I was. I saw it here. I said, where did you find this picture? Because it's a kid, a small child who doesn't have a clothes, but holding a jerrycan, and they're asking for donations here. So I was, when did you take this picture? So because I knew the picture, I saw it before, so because I did some film school in Kenya. So I asked them, where did you get this picture from? They said it was in their archive. So, but why would you use it for now to ask people to give you donation? So, and there were kids, they're using kids here, college students to ask people in the malls to donate a monthly donation or one-time donation. So it's funny how they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to dominate, so anybody who want to chime in, but they do all this on purpose to further their aim. And that's why we have the aid organizations over there talking about we're poor, we can't do things for ourselves. It's like really heartbreaking that Bill Gates and all these people, they're going over there to give GMO plants and seeds, and it's really ruining. I just heard a story about how GMO is really ruining agricultural, the farmers, and also the health of the people. It's a long story, but they take the vaccines over there. There's another story out of South Africa a long time ago. They say the guy admitted that he was spreading AIDS through vaccines and things like that. And another thing is it's another whole topic, but why do we need foreign military presence in Africa? There's so many bases in Africa. There's no. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right.
That is a whole topic in itself, because with the foreign aid, we become dependent on it. And if we really think about it, we actually don't need it as much as we think we do. But it's easier for us to just take their money instead of actually looking on ways of how to cultivate our own. It's really unfortunate, because instead of thinking about, okay, let's actually make a plan. Let's actually, how many African countries, for instance, grow cashews, peanuts, all these things that in the West, you can't even buy it. It's so expensive. But back home, we see it as nothing. So it's going to take the diaspora to really shake things up. I keep saying it. The diaspora has a different type of fire, because, and to defend some continentals, it's not that they don't want to, but my cousin who's making $2 a day, I don't expect them to be the forefront of going to the government and demanding more. They're just thinking about surviving. And the elitist class that's over there, I don't know how, but I think it's the colonization. The elitist class in Africa does not care either, because they're driving in their Rolls Royce and Bugattis. They don't care.
You said something interesting, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You said something interesting, and it made me think about something. When we talk about, again, that contrast, these people going to Africa, you know, like the couple that's in Ghana and the couple that's and what our Kathy did. You know, like Aji said earlier, it's important that these things happen so we can respond.
Yeah.
But now it's angered a lot of us, and we do want the infrastructure fixed. We don't want you know, people having to beg. We have to do it differently, of course. We know that we can't go the same route that Art Kathy did, and we're not comfortable with what, you know, being done in Ghana. This right here, though, but what they're doing has made us realize throughout the diaspora, those of us that are coming, that there is going to be a position that we need to play with our brothers and sisters on the continent, because you guys, we're going to need your help, because you know the culture, you know what needs to be done, and what, you know, but we will not have a problem looking them in the eye and saying, hey, this needs to get done. And that's why it's going to be important for our brothers and sisters to welcome us, because once you welcome us, the next step will be that we do have partial, let's say, citizenship, so we could vote with you and stand with you, and go into places and have those discussions with you, because you're right. We do know the Mzungu. We understand his policy, and we understand, you know, how we work. Even the diasporan brothers and sisters that, let's say, was born in the Gambia, they understand. If they've been in the United States, or if they've been in the UK for a while, they understand. We will stand with those brothers and sisters, and we'll do what we need to do to move Africa forward.
You know what? I like to echo on that as well, because I remember when I was on the Hayat Lamin show, Sister Benta. Remember?
Halat Africa. Yeah,
my brother right there. He want me to interview him soon, so I've been busy, but we'll see. But I am going to do it. But I remember you guys were saying, I mean, there's certain things that we can do and say that you guys really can't sometimes, and certain things that you guys can say that we really can't say. And so we got to find that middle ground of what we can do. And so when we get together like this really gives us like insight of how we should perform and act, what we should do and say. Because when I was over there, I wasn't really trying to talk political, you know, because I'm there, I'm just new, I don't know what's going on. But a lot of the brothers and sisters would talk politics about this, about the government, this, you know, but you don't know who's who. I traveled around the world many times. I lived in different countries, okay? And there's certain things that we have to be careful with as you are foreign in somebody's country, is talking against the government. That's first of all. I know a professor, she was a professor at my daughter's international school. My daughter went to American International School overseas. And the principal at her high school, she said a sentence about the Sultan of Oman. Okay, she said one little sentence about him on Facebook. Guess what? She had 48 hours to leave that country. So we have to, you know, are they going to kick a Gambian out of the Gambia for saying something? But they would certainly kick me out, or people like that. You know, there's certain limits. So we got to go together. We have to work in bonds, and we have to know who can say what at what time, and not, because otherwise it would be detrimental, because of, especially for us who would want to be there and strive and to be successful in the Gambia and other nations. You know, so there's certain things that we can do, we can say and do. But she thought, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm a principal of the school, and guess what? You got 48 hours to pack, because you know what? You talked about His Majesty. You know, that was you know what I'm talking about, S-Man African. You know, I spent 5 years. I spent 5 years over over there.
That's the American ideology, that you could go to somebody else's country talking smack, and you can't do that, especially in the Arab world.
One thing we all have to understand is African politics is very dangerous. It's not like other politics that you see around the world. African politics, you can get persecuted, you can disappear. If you're lucky, they can deport you back wherever you come from. So African politics is dangerous. What drives African politics is money. Nothing else drives it. So with the aid, it's not aid to support the country, it's aid to pay those government. It's just that a term they use it to hide to get money back from their taxes. They can't say, I have given money to this president. So it's illegal here. You can't give it to a country or a president's money. So it would be a corruption. So they had to use the aid name. That's why a lot of times they will call them and they will tell them, hey, if you don't fix this, I'm not going to give you money. right? So the money is not aid, it's just an umbrella they use, but it's actually paid to the president or the politician, whoever is getting the money. So how I like there's a guy Claude Anderson from America. I read his book. It's very good, economics. So it's group economy. We have to start from the ground up, and that's how we can buy politicians and change policies. A lot of things in Africa they don't know. It's going to take time for them to understand and learn and get things around. So it's the diasporans who are going outside, they understand how the system works and government and policies. So when they go back to their country, to change it, you can't go to the head first. You have to start from the tail. You start building your own economy. We have to practice group economy. If you don't have enough money, you can put out with other people, ask around and build something. And real estate is a good thing. Farming is a good thing. It's an asset, those things. So and then you can build your money up like that, and you can buy your way up. You can change the policies. So like Gambia and Ghana, it's the first countries in Africa that allowed African Americans to come in and get citizenship in the country. In other parts of Africa, they don't even know there's such thing as Black Americans in America that want to come back. So it's
Sierra
still dark.
Leone, I have to say this. Shout out to Sierra Leone. They've been doing it for a very long time.
Yes, because those countries have access to you guys. So Liberia, Ghana, a lot of people go abroad and they come back. But you can go to Congo, it's not like that. If you go Central Republic, it's not like Mali, Chad. If you go down, there's other countries. So it's still a lot of part of Africa is still in the dark. But it takes time for us to get, So we have to go back and try and build something for ourselves, and using that money we can change things. It's not Africa. You can't ask the president to come step down, or you can't talk about him just the way we do it here in abroad. It's not like that. If you have a lot of followers, more than 1 million, you will feel the heat from the government very quickly. If you have 30K or 20K, it's not that much. So, but if you have 1 million followers, subscribers, you're on YouTube and you talk bad about the government and you're traveling, before you enter the country, they're going to get you. It's very dangerous politics in
what happened to that?
That's true. Giving a warning to Tanzania and Rwanda. They're very amazing countries, but you have to respect the Tanzanian and Rwandan government, for instance.
Yeah.
Yes, Rwanda. One thing people say about Kagame, Africans, Kagame fought from his childhood and got Rwanda where it is. And a lot of people saying he should step down, he stayed in power too much, all this. No, the guy served his country from when he was teenager and brought his country to where it is now. The same thing with Tanzania. Tanzania, it's one of the luckiest East African nation, even including Kenya. Those are the countries that they didn't face coups, So like Uganda faced a lot of coups before it's stayed with one government. Ethiopia, the same thing. They overthrew the king. The king who overthrew him, they overthrew a couple of people. Somalia, the same thing. Djibouti, it's well backed by a lot of nations because they're using the Red Sea. They have military bases in that Djibouti nation, so it's not easy to overthrow there. And so we have these problems, and it takes time for people to get it because internet is not well accessed in Africa, but it's changing. And now internet is coming in. A lot of companies are investing. So within the next 5-10 years, it's gonna change. It's not gonna be the same. So I just want a lot of people, when you invest in Africa, there's a lot of ways to invest, even through the banks. You can send your money, save it there, and when you travel there, you can use it. There's a lot of ways. You just have to find the right people. You have to use. One thing you have to know also, a lot of businesses is in Africa that they use, it's not on the internet. You kind of, it's very hard to find a lot of realtors who are doing real estate businesses. They just do by word of mouth. I know this person, I know this person. This is how we do business. You can't find any lawyer. It's not online. You can't find a lawyer in Kenya. It's not that easy. So
online, but more expensive houses.
They're
That's the
coming
problem.
up. They're coming up. It's how many Africans can access the internet? They know it's not going to work for them, so they're not going to spend their time, using internet to publicize their businesses. Here you can find, if you need a lawyer in Canada, you can just Google it and find a lot of them on the internet. But Africa, that's not how it works. So a lot of you guys who are traveling, it's good. You can send the information back. People put in contacts of the people over there. It's very wonderful. That's how people get in touch and get information.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you, brother. Alhamdulillah.
We have Lama and Jamila. Let me add those two. Who do I kick out now?
I can step down. Not a problem.
I'll go.
Okay.
Come back on. I'll come back on. Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Jamila. Welcome.
Hi, it's me from earlier, Jamila, again. I just wanted to say, I'm not here to be combative. I do want to kind of hop on a conversation that was said about people migrating from Africa to Western countries. I do feel like people can, stay in their native country and make it greater. But just speaking as someone that lives in the United States, we do need Africans to migrate here because, like, how would Happy Companion get that good Somalian food, that good Ethiopian food? You know what I'm saying? How would we know about the jollof rice? And African Americans need to meet Africans. There are a lot of African Americans who didn't know anything about Africa until they met an African. And you have sisters here in the United States who, are not favored by African American men, and then we have all the colorism and all that foolishness here. But the African brothers come here and they clean all that up. I have a lot of African American female friends that are married to African brothers and have beautiful multi-ethnic children. And I'm multi-ethnic. Like I said, I'm half African American, half Eritrean. And so, with slavery, that migration was involuntary. But with people coming now, regardless of the circumstances, at least it's the voluntary migration that created this, African diaspora all over the world. And so for me, whether it's cultural things like language, food, or just straight politics, we do need Africans to be spread around the world. I understand that sometimes, people should stay where they are to help increase the resources that they have. But on the other hand, you should learn. Like for me, I can say, I'm ready to leave the United States because I did it. I'll be 40 in May, and hey, I've been here as an adult. I know what it is. I know what it isn't. A couple different professions under my belt. I got all the education, assets, blah, blah, blah. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Other people, they have that strong curiosity. They want to know what it is to be, Americanized, whatever. Go ahead and come on over, figure it out for yourself. If you like it, fine. If you don't, that's fine. But, go ahead and explore. I have a son who's 17, and people are like, when you move to Africa, is he going to come with you? And I'm like, no, because he needs to know what it is to be a man in America. Now, once he figures that out, if he wants to come to Africa, then hey, of course, I'll have a room for him, maybe a whole house built for him. Who knows? But all in all, it's really about learning, exploring, bonding, connecting, networking. Like Gina said, Haitian roots, but she grew up in the United States. That's another form of migration, and that's how a lot of us even got to this panel that we're on right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I echo on that, Sister Jamila? Can I echo on what she said too? Because she has a valid point. And because when the African brothers and sisters, when you go to the West, if you go there and you don't forget your culture, your life and stuff, I don't see a problem with it as well. And also, you make more money and you get a lot of different skills, and then you can be building houses and businesses in your home country. What's wrong with that? It's just the issue of the desperateness sometimes when you say people drowning in the ocean, they're trying to achieve that. I think if you're doing it the right way, the correct way, you don't have to look over your shoulder. Can you imagine going to some place and you're illegal? And every time somebody, a police or somebody walk down the street or somebody with a suit and tie come on, you think they're going to try to get you? you know, and that's something that people suffer. Even Mexican Americans, they do things like that. So that's a big issue, you know. But I say, if you coming from Africa and you're going to the West, and like I said, I want to have the Somali food, I want to have different things like that, of course, Ethiopian food and things. But at the same time, if you come here with the West with the right mindset, then don't forget where you come from, and you know, and don't get caught up in this illusion, because you be ended up just like us. Like, dang, if 20 years or 20, 30 years pass by, you only took 2 trips to your homeland. You see what I'm saying? And I've talked to people like that, and it's very disturbing to me to see that happen. You get caught up in this mess. Because in the same time, you're going to be treated just like we've been treated all this time. You're going to see the feeling, you're going to see what we've been going through. But I say, come, if you get like there's been a lot of advice about us coming there. Hey, do this, do this, do that. But if you come here, keep in mind, you know, we can help you as well. You find some good brothers and sisters like us that's on the ground, you know, that they can stay in their own areas, of course, you know, Somali's this Somali town and this and that, you know, little Ethiopia. But at the same time is that try not to forget. That's my suggestion. If you come in here, try not to forget where you come from. Build what you have. Use that money to help build where you're coming from, and don't forget where you don't get in debt. Don't get a bunch of credit cards. Don't get a bunch of student loans. Don't get all kind of stuff, because you know it's like it'll follow you sometimes. Not everything will follow you, from what I heard, but certain things can follow you. Be stressed out and stuff. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Or my 2 dollars. I got the dollars.
And Sister I hear what you're saying as well. But what I was kind of talking about was the unfair targeting of Africa's human capacity. And there's been a lot of articles that have been written on this, a lot of research into this. But you know, certain countries in the West, Europe and America included, they target Africa's human capital with incentives to draw them out of Africa on a mass scale, which leaves a vacuum in Africa for people to, you know, dedicate their energy and their lives to help building up Africa. So when you do that on such a large scale, it has a detrimental impact. You know, I think what y'all are saying, and we're probably saying the same thing, you're always going to have some level of cultural exchange between countries. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Africans should never leave Africa. You're always going to have students who come to the West to study and take that education back home, or maybe they stay for some time and work, you know, to build some, like an internship, to build some level of expertise and go back home. Or maybe you come for a period of time and you work, and while you're working, you can start a Somali restaurant or Ethiopian restaurant or a Gambian restaurant, so you can get that Somali food, and you stay for a period of time, you gather some wealth, and then you take that back to the continent after some time. So I'm not saying that Africans should not ever leave Africa. I'm saying, like, there's been a lot of unfair targeting of Africa's human capital to draw out all of that, you know, capacity in terms of people's working lives, you know, and that leaves Africa at a disadvantage for the scientists who leave there, the medical staff who leave there, the engineers who leave there. And, you know, just thinking about the folks who die in the Mediterranean, or the people who almost drown, they have been interviewed by the media, and they say, like, hey, what do you think about this whole experience? They say, you know, I swear to God, if I could talk to the people who are crossing the Sahara Desert from West Africa or from Ethiopia, even migrate, if I could talk to them and tell them, stay in their villages, do not cross the Sahara to make the journey to the Mediterranean, I would tell them. Or even the ones who reach Europe and have to stay in the slums.
Migration camps.
Yeah. Even if they could talk to the ones who stay in the migration camps in Italy and have to, you know, they're getting like mentally and physically abused by mafias in Italy. You know, a lot of them have to resort to prostitution. They end up in jail here in America. Like, if I could talk to them and say, just stay in your village, they would tell them stay in the village. So I'm not saying like zero to immigration from Africa. There's always gonna be people who come here to study and work, and then you can get your rice that way, or you can meet that brother or sister from Africa and, you know, a cultural exchange. But I'm saying, like, we should really think about keeping some of that capacity in Africa in the long term.
Yeah.
I like
just to add on that. Yeah. Just to add on what my brother is saying is that migration, the Western, they need like very much. America, they use DVs to collect people all over, especially. Canada uses sponsorship to collect almost everybody. They pick and choose, and then they give you like 3 days of bring you here, put you 3 weeks of orientation, teaching you the culture in the country, everything. So they have big process of immigration themselves when they're taking people. So they want human capital. That's last like when the minister of immigration was I think was appointed. He wanted to put 1 million migrants in the country. You can see they really need that human capital because their whole system with taxes. So every time you walk and buy things, that's how they generate money. So they need a lot of population, right? So that our people, when people travel back home and they see people from abroad, they build houses from their family and all that. And people get, they jealousy or they just want to achieve the same thing. So that's why with that desperateness, you use whatever means, to get that opportunity, and that a lot of death of our people and people losing, dying on the road, hung. I even have friends that survived and they survived the boat. Eritreans, they were 5 of them, and sponsored to America, and now some of them are in America. So imagine, out of all the people, so many of them, only 5, and the army that the vessel that was passing there found them and brought them to, and 5 of them made it to America. You can see. So we're losing a lot on that side. People are killed on that road. Organs are being harvested on that road. It's not easy place. Even France is paying those rebels to stop those people. So you can see what is going on. It's really tough, and it's very hard to stop, and while they're trying to achieve something. One thing you put in your head, you cannot remove it until you yourself decide to stay back. But people with that kind of life and everything, they just want to achieve things, and it's very hard to that's why I'm supporting this kind of stuff, that a lot of people need to go back home and inform our people of all this. And that's why I said the YouTube channel is very important for them. Yeah. So a lot of us we need to comment. It's the best thing ever, because you see a lot of American YouTubers, Black Americans going back, YouTubing the country and everything, and our Africans YouTubers joining in, meeting up, and all this. It's a good way of trying to unite ourselves and understand each other more. You see, so it will take time, but we will all we just have to put our minds and leave this negativity. I know a lot of people, when they go back home, they expect everything to be like America and all this. If it was like that, we wouldn't have left it. So I know it will take time, but when you go, have an open mind when you travel into Africa, because it's muddy. You're not gonna get a lot of amenities that you're used to. So just go with open mind, try to see where you can change and build up for yourself too, because it's not just building for Africa, build up for yourself. That's when you can help someone, right? We need a lot of trainings, a lot of expertise, how trades work. You can see China, what they're doing. They just want bases all over coast of Africa. So they're not for themselves, but that's how they can revive their economy. They know that's how they're going to defeat the Western economy. They can't defeat it either other ways. What
They have a base in Djibouti, right?
all of them have. Turkey have, China have, all the NATO nations, they have bases there. America uses the Somali port a lot, so they use the full Somali, because Somali is big. With the
We need ourselves. How many bases are in America? How many
we don't
foreign
even have
military bases are in America?
we don't even have
Or how
a
many
news reporter in America, leave alone base. So one
we
thing
gotta
funny,
value
one thing,
ourselves.
do you know that in, 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 in Africa you can never fly across Congo?
Why?
Air commercial aircrafts cannot fly across Congo. Do you know that?
No.
Why is that?
Why is that?
That's why when you come from Ghana, when you're heading to East Africa, you have to go all the way down, pass through Zimbabwe and Angola, and go up. You can never go across.
Is it because of fighting?
No,
Rebels.
because there's an airlift that is not controlled. They don't have what's the air traffic. They don't control it, so airplanes can collide there because they do
Air
have.
traffic controllers.
Yes, they don't have it in Congo, so that's there's a place that land and collect resources from there. So if commercial flight pass through there, they can collide easily because no one is controlling them. So that's why they don't allow any planes to pass through Congo. So it's funny how they do it, but you know, even with this free trade of Africa, 44 countries decided they were gonna sign, but look at it, it didn't happen, right? A lot of countries got called, you know, the British called them, Americans called them, and no one is signing the document. So it's not going to happen anytime soon, but it's something we're pushing for. So there's a lot of things to improve. And once these things, you know, once we come to understanding of how things work and we can pass it and train ourselves much better and position ourselves in the world properly, we can achieve everything that we want. Because we have everything. We have 12 months of sun. We can grow anything. Look at it. Even our people, they still don't depend on irrigations, like waters from the lakes that they have. They just still depend on rains. You know, they just wait for the 3-6 months that we have rains, and that's what they use, right? But so there's a lot of things that we need to take it back there and train our people more. This is why information is very important for Africa.
Interesting.
Hi, Binta. How are you? How are you, my brother?
Hey, Salam.
Happy companion. Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother. Long time.
Yeah, long time. I mean, I've been since I was doing laundry. I was watching it. I wanted to join, but I was busy. And I got some visitors too. I had to take them to Harlem to the Senegalese restaurant, get some food and come back, you know. And that's why I had to come into my bedroom because out there it's noisy. No.
Okay.
But thank you guys very much. You know, thank you very much, Binta, for this forum. I think it is very important. You guys covered a lot of areas, very, very important things. And I think we need this conversation very much, you know, and we have to keep doing this from time to time because this is the only way we will get to know each other and then understand each other. Because when we don't communicate, we'll be suspicious of each other. And when there is suspicion, there is always going to be confusion, you know. So thank you very much, sister. And thank you, my brother. You know, it's good to see you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
We're still gonna talk again, man. We gotta
No,
talk.
absolutely.
Thanks for the call the other day too.
Yeah, because I'm on my way to Gambia. Hopefully, inshallah, January.
Inshallah.
We will see. You know, I'm also planning to bring maybe a brother or two that I've been talking with here. They want to come and see. Yeah.
They're gonna love it, man. They're gonna love it. Wake them up, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You know?
And you know, I think it's advisable for people to, you know, get connected to Africans here in the diaspora. Maybe if you want to go back home, so that they can be your guide when you go. You know, they can help you with a lot of things. Because when we talk about certain things like, oh, they charge me this price. When you're with me, I know what's going on. You know, even though it's been a while since I've been there, so maybe I will not know a lot about the prices, but I know that I can ask my family and friends, or I can even go with a family. So going with African diasporans, Gambian diasporans who are here in the diaspora would like help you a lot into, you know, understanding the Gambian culture, because there's a lot that they can teach you, and you need to know all these things if you're going to repatriate to the Gambia. So that makes sense that you guys, British Caribbeans and African Americans, try to get connected to Africans in the diaspora. You know, even if they're going and you want to go with them, you can go and be there for like 2 weeks. You know certain things about the place before you repatriate. It's gonna help you a lot. And for migrants that are dying in the sea. I wanted to say something about that. I think the only way we can put a stop to that, or at least reduce it, would be through the help of diasporans. Because the government, the African government, is definitely not going to do anything about it, because people need income, you know. They need to create jobs for these youths. Youths cannot just finish school and just stay at home. There are some people that when their parents don't go out a particular day, they will not have anything to feed on. And nowadays, Africa is one of those countries that if you don't have money, education, just forget about it. Because even education, like, you have to have money to be able to pay your school fees and all that. Compared to here in the diaspora, with or without money, your child can still go to school. In fact, you might be in trouble for not letting that child go to school because it's their right to be in school. But in Africa, nobody cares if a child goes to school. If you don't have money, well, that if you're on your own, that child, they're on your own, they're on their, like, your parents, whatever. It's up to them for them to find money, beg, or do whatever they want to do to help that little child go to school. Nobody cares about the poor. So when things like that happen, you see some people, they dropped out of school since maybe grade 9 because they can't afford to go to high school, or they can't afford to go to higher institutions. So people like that, we will find it very easy to travel and go through these dangerous, like, ways of going to the diaspora. And the only way that can be stopped is through diasporas, Africans that are in the diaspora and African Americans. We have to be the ones to come together, create jobs back home, which is going to make our people stay, because all that matters at this point is money and income. And you cannot, like, look at somebody who don't even have food to eat and you're telling them, oh, don't do that. They're not gonna listen to you. They gotta do what they gotta do. I know it's not advisable, and I don't even advise people, but there's a lot of them that don't even listen to you because they're like, you are not giving me, but you want me to stay. I am going to fight for myself.
Yeah, I mean, to
That's
be
why
honest, yeah,
it's never
yeah,
gonna stop until we, the diasporans, find a solutions for the continental Africans.
yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
only thing that's gonna bring a change.
yeah, to be honest to you, I think our people are not listening. I think sometimes they say experience is the best teacher. Unless they go through some of these experiences, they don't understand, some of the dangers involved. Like my closest friend ever in life, when he told me that he want to go to the Middle East, I said, look, I mean, I wouldn't advise you to go to the Middle East because it's completely different from what is in the Gambia or in Africa. And guess what? He went to the Middle East within 2 weeks. He had a problem. He had to end up, going to court because he was abused physically by the employer. And, we had to involve the foreign ministry in the Gambia. And then after they went to court in Saudi Arabia, he won the case luckily. Then, within 2 weeks, he was back in the Gambia. But coming to the issue of providing employment in Africa, I think we as a civil society, we have to do our best because our governments, to be honest with you, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And if the governments are not responsible, I think it is time for us as the civil society to do what we are supposed to do to help our people. Because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody would want to leave their home to go overseas and then suffer. The only reason why we're willing to take that risk is because we hear about promises. It's like you want to go to the promised land, and once you get there, you're going to make it. That's just a fallacy. Because I've been here 10 years. If I knew some of the struggles that I would have gone through, I mean, I would have stayed at home. So it's not that easy. And in as much as I'm very happy for the experience, I learned a lot, and it taught me to be who I am today. I wouldn't want to see our brothers leaving Africa, going to Europe, especially if you're not going through the legal way. Because even if you come here on a visa, there are challenges, moreover, leaving Africa, going to Europe illegally. Because first you get there, they put you in concentration camps. They don't even allow you to work. You're not allowed to even go to school. So you spend 3, 4, 5, 6 years in that camp. You're wasting your life. You're wasting your youthfulness. So maybe if you had stayed back home, learn a trade, or even go to school if you can afford it, you would become a better person. But like I said, unless they experience these things, they're not going to believe it. So we have a lot to do. We need a lot of sensitization. We have to talk to our people to let them know that the kind of information they're having about the West is not true. Although with all the development, technological development and everything, life is even harder here. Because in the Gambia, I can leave my house, go to Binta's house and eat. I can leave my house, go to Said's house and then eat. But here, people would rather prefer to throw leftover food in a dustbin than giving it to somebody. Yeah. So you have a society that is very advanced, but the humanistic nature of human beings is missing. It's like everybody is just thinking for themselves. Yeah. So you coming from a society wherein you share everything and you find yourself in a place wherein you're just on your own, is in itself a challenge for a person coming into such an environment. Yeah.
One thing what you just said now reminded me of something when I first arrived in Canada. It's very funny how back home, when I used to work, if you're working in a restaurant, you eat your lunch or supper when you're working there. If you're starting from morning to evening, you eat your breakfast, lunch, and supper. So when I came here, I had that mentality. So when when I started working in a restaurant, so my first thing was I have to eat breakfast before I work. So I thought that the restaurant should provide for me the food. So I actually went and took food and ate. So the first time the manager came, he said, "You have to pay for the food you ate." I said, "What do you mean? I work here." Yeah. So he said, "Yeah, but we pay you for working here. So when you eat, you also have to pay." It was a shock to me because it was one of the funny things that I did. So from that day, I had to every time I pick.
Yeah, I went through a similar experience, but I had to fight. I said, look, I'm not going to work at a place where I can't eat. So I had to call all the cooks. They said, this is not going to happen. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
I got you, brother.
I work here, I have a right to eat, because sometimes it's just an issue of knowing what your right is. Because how can you have me on an 8-hour shift? You don't want me to eat there.
No,
you're asking me to
funny too,
buy the
because
food. It's crazy. But then
the whole left. They throw the leftover of the food after the hotel is like closed. There's a lot of food left, and then they throw it. It's like even nobody's allowed to take it. So it's funny how things are here, but you see, this is the way they do things. So that in Africa, if you work, they will provide you. If you work in a restaurant, is gonna give you food. It's kind of like culture. You have to eat and then work. But here it's funny. You have to pay for it. You can you cannot take food and eat just like that. So it's one of the funny experiences that I had here when I came. It's really some time to adjust to a lot of, because in Africa, when we see people, especially when you meet your own people, and when I came here, a lot of people were looking at me. You knew him? Because I was smiling to everybody. Because I'm happy to see people, So it's like everybody telling me the same thing. Are you new here? You new here? So I said, oh, okay. Realizing that there's the people and approaching people, it's funny to them because they're not used to it. So I decided to change, not to do that. When I see an African, I'll smile at him. I'm happy to see you, but the culture here is really different.
Can you guys see what
okay,
this person?
let me respond to this person, who is saying this. We are not trying to mislead people, telling them we are sitting in our comfort in the West.
I remember seeing where Lamin was.
But one thing they have to.
When you say they want to experience, and like Lama said, experience is the best teacher for some people.
Yeah, Mr.
When you come, you're gonna see what the real deal is, and you're gonna regret it. But how you gonna go back?
Let me just talk to Mr. Jallo, Mr. Babakar Jallo. We are not saying that no one should travel.
I
What
would
we are
say like
saying is,
Gambian diasporans, like I would say we control Gambia, like when it comes to our families. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
us are in
I
diaspora, so you can imagine how many people they have to feed on a daily basis. Sometimes people that you don't even know. Some might be like long distance cousins, or just people that your family might see on the street and say, hey, we need to help this person. You feed people on a daily basis. It's like it's a must for you to send money for them to feed themselves, and housing, rent. So just because people don't come out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, does not mean they're not doing anything. Even Gambians that are in the Gambia, they would agree with me that diasporans control Gambia. We're sending money every single day for families. You can imagine if
yeah.
someone was to be in Gambia and you're getting paid $3,000. That's not even up to $100. But you have like 10 mouths to feed, pay rent, school
Yeah.
fees, all these things. How are you gonna do that with $3,000? That's just a bag of rice.
Yeah. But one thing, people, I had the same mentality when I was back home. It's when you're not in this place, you wouldn't understand. That's why he is putting that kind of.
Yeah, I don't blame him
But
at all. I
don't
don't blame
worry,
him.
we don't
Mentality.
blame you. Don't worry, they're gonna you're gonna come to abroad. It's not that hard. You're still gonna make it.
no, but
Africa,
this is
almost
a,
half of us will be here.
yeah, I think
Because
this is the
America
thing.
has DVs every year. The Americans, the government collects through DV about almost 1 million a year. Canada they do the same thing. So it might not be this year, but a lot of Africans will be here. And one thing with the sending of money, our economy, it's this remittance sending back home is that because to do a trade outside or to buy anything, any goods, even banks, they had to use money, dollar, especially. Not our currencies don't work outside. So these monies that we are sending back home is actually the one that the banks use for them to go and get stuff from the companies that are getting imports. These imports they're using, we don't use our own currencies. We have to use dollars. Is every every commodity is accepted. So the remit is like now in Kenya, they make about 53 billion every year dollars. So through remittances, people sending back money home. Ethiopia, the same thing. Even Ethiopia, like a year ago, they were experiencing shortage of dollar, right? So because the government was changed, so a lot of things changed. So they had experienced a shortage of dollar. They couldn't buy stuff. Government employees were not paid. So without us here sending money back home, it's not going to be easy for our economy. It's going to die because they need the dollar to actually go and you see, that's why they have. You see our government going fly, getting money out, getting loans. It's the dollar, right? So
Yeah, just coming back to my brother Babakar Jallo, all what we are saying is we're not asking anyone not to travel, but if you travel and travel through legal means and don't take unnecessary risk because you know that traveling from the Gambia through the desert, through Mali, Agadez, going all the way to Libya is 99.9% risky. That's what we're saying. Don't do that. Wait for the right time because one thing I'm going to tell you is traveling to the West, they are looking for the best brains. If you have education in the Gambia, you have a good job, you go to the American embassy to come to America, they will easily give you a visa. So take the right course in order to minimize the risk involved in traveling. Once you do that, come here, and then once you get to the West, pursue your education, do what you need to do. Once you achieve those things, go back home and contribute to your country's development. That's all we're saying because we
yeah,
want to see our young people come here and experience because traveling alone is another form of education, because once you come here, you go back, you've seen both worlds. So it opens your mind up to so many things. Because right now, like myself or Binta or my brother, the happy companion, after going to Gambia, now he has seen both worlds. Now he knows what is going to work in the Gambia and what is not going to work. So this is what we're saying. Don't take unnecessary risk. You can travel if you have the right ways to do it, you know. And I wouldn't stay here long. Binta, I just want to thank you very much for organizing this. My happy companion brother, we're going to talk very soon. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
please. We
I'm
talk
going to
soon,
go
brother.
join
Thank
my
you.
my strangers,
Okay.
my visitors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Man.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you, man.
Lama.
Yeah.
I am tired now. I need to get my
Me too.
kids
I'm
to
getting a little tired.
Yeah, me too. All right.
You've been online for the longest time. Oh my goodness.
I know. Well, I had
I
to
mean,
join your channel too. You know,
it's
my
I know,
first
right?
time on your channel.
And who do we have here? Is it Mohammed? Yes, Mohammed.
yeah.
Mohammed, thank you for joining me. But I think we're
Thank
gonna
you.
put a stop to this live for today. And tomorrow,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
we on Gina's channel. And if you're here, Happy Companion, have a channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to his channel. And Esma also was
Okay.
here, has a channel. Ajis Corner has a channel. So basically almost a lot of us, a lot of people that were on the panel have a channel. Make sure you guys go check them out
Yeah.
and be sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys
Uh,
say your last words and advice.
yeah.
I'm very excited about this live because we did talk about a lot of things, especially the main topic for this live, trying to communicate, understand each other as brothers and sisters, the reason why they are coming to Gambia, which we all appreciate, and not just wanting to build a Wakanda like people have commented. I think that's a very wrong thinking, and the fact that people can have that on the comment section, it's just a way of causing another drama, and we refuse to let that happen. Okay, so Happy Companion, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you say your last advice, and
Okay. Well, it's an honor to be on your channel. I watch your channel a lot. And I appreciate it. You come on mine as well. And it's a lot about being family, coming together. Because a lot of us in the African diaspora, we see us as you all. We don't see us as different. And a lot of they want us to be separate and not the same as you. But I feel African like you all. I'm just in the wrong. I was born in a different place. I was born away from where I was supposed to be. And the more we do these streams and the more we get our people involved in this, and the more, we're going to start looking the same and talking the same and being the same instead of being
Yeah.
divided. And so that's why I see in this, I see a very good future in this, a bright future in this. And like I said, much love to the family, everybody here. A lot of good people came on this channel today. I saw, Sister Renee, we got Sister Rue, I forgot his name, the one guy, and much love to everybody, and thanks for your patience with the Happy Companion too. I'm still learning my ways and learning how to do all this stuff. So I just want to thank you all for having me on, and see you guys. I'm about to go eat dinner too. So and pray for the brothers and sisters who don't have anything, who are struggling right now, don't have any food. I know we talk about a lot of food and we trying to eat and stuff, but much prayer to the families out there who are struggling. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
have a good night.
You too,
Mohammed,
man.
next, what do you have to
Thank
say?
you. I'm the last guy. It's an honor being on this channel. I thank you very much. I just want to share my own thoughts and opinion about things. It's a great opportunity. It's where everybody comes together, share their own experiences, and people will learn from it. It's a good thing because we have to connect. This is the only way we can connect to each other. Uh, Very soon, hopefully March, I'll be traveling to Kenya, and then I'll be sharing a lot of videos from there and information that people need. It's a great opportunity. Thank you. Big up to you. Keep it up. Let this comments not let you down, but we're here to support you. And yeah, thank you very much. All right.
So much too. I appreciate it.
All
And
right.
thank you for joining the live today. Afro Millennial, thanks for the super chat to you guys who super chatted me. I seen it, but with this live, sometimes you don't even see it, Ollie. But I appreciate you all. And I hope we all have a wonderful night. I just want to say I love you guys. And I want to see you guys tomorrow on Gina's channel at 4 p.m. I believe Eastern time, Gina, right? 4 p.m. Eastern time, American time. So I don't know what time that's going to be, but go ahead and confirm that on Gina's channel. She's going to be on live. And I see the topic. It looks like it's going to be very interesting. So I would not want to miss that. Hope to see you guys there. And I just want to say I love you guys so much. We are one African people. Okay? Bye, guys.
Yeah.
And I love you all.
Okay.